Oh my god, my mic didn't want to unmute for some reason. Hello. Also, aquatic. Fuck you. What do you mean, Simbish Kiri there? No, I'm so mad I got that. I'm so mad that the answer, I retook it. I think, I want to say I chose the same answers, but no, I'm coming out with that. I don't agree. I don't agree. I take the first one that I got. You know what? I blame stream that that's the answer that came out. Um I don't agree. I'm not Tsundere. I'm not Kiridere. I don't even remember what the answer I got was. Why do I hear myself? Oh, the sound's on my other device. Ah, no, I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I'm so full of love. I'm so loving. I have a big heart. So big. Mhm. Cuter suits you well. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think, am I strict? Do I run a strict business with y'all? No, I'm full of love and I'm gonna give you guys so much love before I leave. Yeah. Before I'm gone. All the love. I don't know how to do that. You're like my that's so bad. I hated my elementary school math teacher because he made me feel really dumb. He was also my homeroom teacher too. So I was extra bullied. No, I would never. No, that's like that's like such a big insult. No, my heart. Why would you say that to me? I'm sad now. Yeah, I have one person tell me, "Oh, unreliable," and I have another one being like, "Oh, no, you lost your love." Really? But really, did I? Really? I'm sorry. I still think that, you know. Well, it's okay. I love you guys. I love you guys. How about that? Huh? How about that? Have me crying on my street before I leave. Ah. Man, I'm honestly also today I didn't write anything down. Like I didn't write, I don't know. I wanted to try to go with the flow today. Go with the flow of what's on my mind. And my mind is kind of blank. My mind is kind of blank today. I am pulling blanks. I'm shooting blank. Today I always write stuff down. I have like a little thing where I write. I showed you guys. I showed you guys my chicken scratch writing. It's really bad. I have the writing of like a doctor. To be fair, I was gonna become one. So yes, today we're going with the flow. Today we're going with the flow. It's Sunday. Also, shooting blanks. I uh and this is why I don't allow minors on my stream. But no, person who came on here who was a minor was like, it's not that deep. I can stay. I will actually smack you. Get out. I don't like the stuff that I say without thinking. No, no. I mean, what innocent little me? I would. That's the thing. Like, I do have it in my rules, and I didn't know. So what had happened? Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story because I discussed this with a friend. of mine yesterday. As we were playing, I was telling her about it. Why am I frozen? Hello? Hello? Oh my days. All right. Let me tell you the story. So, essentially, what had happened was two people came in. They were German. I know that I'm one person seemed really chill, didn't really say much, was just like chilling, lurking. The other person was talking a lot. And then at some point, they mentioned high school. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, as long as you're 18. Like I literally verbally reiterated it too. I was like, as long as you're 18, you're welcome into my stream. And then we continue talking, and he was saying how like English isn't his mother tongue, and I'm like, your English is like perfectly fine. Like the way you're writing, your grammar is like really accurate. It's really good. And he was like, oh yeah, considering the fact that I'm not 18 yet, like yeah, it is good. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, are you a little are you how do I word this nicely? Yeah, literally snitching on himself. Like, are you okay? And I had to tell him, I'm like, yeah, it's really nice for you to stop by, but I'm going to ban you now. And then like again, I'm a bit I was like looking for the ban button. I was like about to press, and he was like, it's not that deep. And I'm like, of course the minor says it's not that deep because you're not the one that's going to be affected by a situation. Because the thing is, as you guys are aware, many of you guys are aware, I have no filter when it comes to the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I say a lot of wild, random things, and a lot of them can be very dirty. Essentially, for point one with me saying shooting blanks, I do not feel comfortable. I'm not saying that minors don't say dirty jokes, but um you kiss your mother with the my mom knows how I am. I at first I tried to hide like my habit of swearing. And at some point she's like, "Bro, I hear you on the phone. Like I hear you with your friends. Who are you trying to fool?" And I just sat there like, "You know what? Fair. You got me." Mind you, she swears as well. She swears as well. Like that's where I got my mouth from. Mama Yuri has a mouth on her. But yeah, I understand like minors swear too. Like I was a teenager who swore a lot and said like not safe for work stuff, but I did that in the premise of other like same age group. You know, I don't feel comfortable as an adult saying something like that. Mama, mama, here. You know what? I feel like it would be really fun to involve her on stream. There is a point, like at some point, I do want to play games with her on stream. I've suggested that to her before, but like I need to like work with her a bit because I feel like she may accidentally dox me. Like not dox me as in like say my name. And I'm just like I would love to have her, but I feel like she might accidentally be like, Yuri. I'm like, "Mom, don't call me that." But oh my god, I feel like it would be so much fun. I want to play. I want to play. Mom, that's my address. I feel like just I love her to bits, but I feel like she might say some not like say some doxing information about me, and I'm like, "Mom, mom, people don't know that." They don't know that. That's why I look like this. I even made her, guys. I even made her a PNG model as well. It's a quokka with like because she has like wavy slash curly hair. Like it's in between wavy and curly. and it's just like a quokka with like literally her exact hair curl pattern and then some glasses. And I'm like, Mom, that's you. I sent it to her and she just looks at me and I'm like, do you like it? I think she likes it. But that is actually like a really good plan and a good idea. I would love to do that with her. But also speaking of like things to do, I've already posted it on the Discord server for people who aren't on there. I highly recommend y'all to join the Discord server. The plan is for the 28th. I am planning to do another Discord hangout sesh. It'll be a bit more planned, so I already have stuff like set up on like what I want to do. And again, it's most likely going to be me playing horror games, but like rather than like searching for horror games to play, I'll actually have those ready. And yeah, it'll be Friday so that I can actually stream longer. The last time I did it was on a Sunday, and unfortunately I can do that for like a really long time. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll definitely expand. Again, like I have plans and ideas of what I want to do further down the line. But like for now, Discord hangout sausage. I do apologize in advance, as I am a lot more shyer on Discord than I am like on stream because like I'm actually talking to people like live and it's kind of like weird. Like yeah, I get it. It's the same thing as streaming almost, but like you guys can answer in real time and I hear you guys. So I feel shy. But I had so much fun. I actually really like enjoy I really enjoy interacting with you guys on the Discord. Like on Discord, it was a really nice call. It was really I'm really grateful for the people. I can't speak today. I'm like literally like I'm tongue tied without being tongue tied. And yes, vacay. Yes, Rex. Unlucky can't make it. Oh, I'll miss you. Oh, shame. Also, yeah, I did stay on your stream. Why not? Why? Why wouldn't I? I was entertained. I was just sitting there watching. I felt like just sitting there watching like the gremlin I am. I felt when you were like, oh my god, like you're still here? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I am. Of course I am. Hello, I'll support. Let me support. Yeah. Even though like I feel like you're the type that probably like streams once in a blue moon. You're not what I was. Yeah, because I'm no I can't lurk now. I'm not allowed to lurk on your stream. Creepy my ass, man. No. I felt shy. I like that is another thing about me. I do not write in chats. I sit there shy. Like I remember the first time I wrote in like a mutual stream chat. I feel like getting acknowledged is scary. I feel like maybe if it was in a bigger streamers chat, which I haven't done to be honest. I barely, as I say, I barely write. Maybe on like a bigger um, stream, it would be okay because the chances of me getting acknowledged is like 1%. Yeah, yeah. I let you yap, and I watched it unfold. It was funny. It was entertaining, and it was also like really nice to put a voice to a face. I'm like, ah, that's aquatic. Your vacay just ended last week. Oh, like summer, or like you had like PTO. I hope you enjoyed it though. I had one back in June for like 2 weeks, and then I have one. Um, I'm flying. I'm gone this coming week and Wednesday of the week after, but I'll be back on the 21st. Yay! Embarrassing. How's that embarrassing? You work for the school. Okay, so basically, yeah, PTO and summer vacation. Oh, crazy! I hope you enjoyed your holiday. But for it being off at the beginning of August, that's like I feel like that's really early. Typically, don't doesn't school start again? Well, at least okay, model. Yeah, you wanna move? Want to move, girl? Thank you. But you have social anxiety. I feel like I understand that. I have like a lot of anxiety when it comes to work, but I work in a like in corporate where I have to interact with people, which is also funny coming from me as a streamer as well. Like I'm yapping with y'all, but I get shy. That's why I say Discord calls. I get super shy. You don't really talk to people who watch me. Well, let me be your first. Yeah, I'm honored. Yeah. So our school district end of school. Oh, all right. Okay. So it ends in, so you guys start summer earlier. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense why you're back in August. Because in Germany, summer starts, I think. Summer holidays are only 6 weeks in Germany. But I feel like the thing with Germany though is that we have a lot of holidays. We have a lot of holidays. So we have like every couple of months, 1 to 2 weeks break. Very consistent holidays. And to be honest, I'd rather take that than have like long holidays that are like stretched out. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like same with me. Like I'm quite the introverted person. Depends. Sometimes I do actually crave interacting with people. Like I genuinely do crave interacting with people sometimes, but like 70% of the time. What is wrong with my model today? Hi. 70% of the time I am like I do like my own company. Well, certain people are exempt. You guys are exempt. I like talking with you guys. Mm. But I'm also happy. I miss streaming, but I like my breaks. But then, like, I don't know. I need to get over the feeling of guilt of days when I can't stream. So, like, for example, if a lot of the times when I can't stream, I am ill beforehand, but I'm like, no, 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 I can power through. I can power through it and I can stream. But then close to stream, I realize I'm genuinely like, I feel like crap. And I feel so guilty. I feel guilty each time, but I'm like, I need to learn how to prioritize my own health. What is going on, model? What's wrong, girl? What's wrong with you today? Did see me at the? Oh yeah, how was the concert? Well, okay, that I think like that kind of. Well, did you enjoy the concert though? Like other than the crowd, minus the crowd, was everything else okay? I think we all have fun with friends and games. Like when I accidentally punch my. What? How? You have to when it comes to being friends with someone, you have to like bully them a bit. Bullying comes with a package of friendship. Bullying also comes with me. Bullying and me, I am the package. What is wrong? Oh, sometimes I do lag. Like for like not lag, I freeze. Don't know what's going on. But like if it's not super noticeable, maybe I'll shut up. Maybe I'll shut up when it happens. Maybe we'll just keep talking. Maybe if I keep talking, I don't need to worry about it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Cuz I'm usually tired. Oh, I feel you. Working full time and streaming is like it's very difficult, but it's very rewarding for me. I love streaming, and for me, it's I always say that streaming is very healing for me. Is there any evidence? Shh, there's no evidence. There's nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's working. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Wow, I just that laugh sounded a bit evil. I won't. The band is something I'm not into. Well, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I get you, especially with like standing, like in smaller concert halls where you just stand. I do enjoy me a good concert. I went to, I think my last one. No, I went to an open air concert like in July. That was a lot of fun because there were a lot of like big. There was Pitbull, there was Zara Larson. I had a lot of fun with that. I went, yeah, but I completely get what you mean. That the crowd can get very overwhelming. But then like if it's a like an artist I go down so hard. Like I like One OK Rock. So for people who don't know who One OK Rock is, it's a pretty well known Japanese rock band. And I went to their concert earlier this year. Did I get sick afterwards? Absolutely. But I was screaming my heart out because oh my god, I love One OK Rock. But yeah, if the vibes are in it, then overall the experience isn't that enjoyable. I'm sorry to hear that it was just for you. That's a good friend right there, Bullet. Yeah, exactly. That's why you guys love me because I bully y'all a little. Asian Kung Fu Generation. I haven't heard of them. Let me actually look them up. Oh my god, far from brutal. Hey, how are you? How was work? You're exhausted. That answers the question. This is. Wait, I feel like I okay. Wait. I'm looking at the songs that they've made. I do know the group. I do know the group. Never mind. I know some of the song. Never mind. I do know the band. I do know them. I'm yapping. Oh my god. Halo. I don't get this. Why does he get that? Why does he get that? Why does he get that? And I get like. I mean, to be fair, you call me boss, so I'll take that. You know what? Yeah, I am your boss. Yeah, 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 boss. Yeah. There's also Tokyo Machine as the warm up show, and he was. Ooh. Honestly, I would be down for something like that. I remember like one time I was at a club, they started playing like Bluebird, as in like the Naruto opening Bluebird. Oh my god. Everyone was fucking like getting to like genuinely everyone started singing along. It was really heartwarming to see. Y'all just tattled to each other, huh? She said you said I said fuck because you were being mean to me. You were bullying me, Aquatic. You're a bully. You're a bully. I'm supposed to be the bully, but I am the bullied. Coheed and Cambria and Breaking Benjamin are coming to. I feel like I've heard of those groups, but if you end up going, I wish you have a lot of fun. The big boss. I am the big boss. Yes, I am. Bow down to me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Leave Aquatic alone, you monster. I am so. You've told me to listen to. You have. No, actually, you have. No, that's probably why I've heard of Breaking Benjamin. I'm not a monster, by the way. Bad. I'm being called names today. I've been called unreliable. I don't claim cute. You know what? At this point, I'd rather just be a tsundere. See my face? You see me pouting? I probably actually like look super ridiculous making this face. Oh my god. I feel like faces on your models do not translate well to like in actuality. You only listen to rock music? Some rap to my brain. To rap, orchestra, and opera. Okay, that is quite a mix, honestly. That is quite a mix. I'm fine with most genres, to be honest, if not all. I want to say I'm the type of person that can listen to everything. If I can vibe with it, like I don't care what genre it is. You know, Darius and Cinder. I'm curious what you would be if you took the test because I feel like low key you're the tsundere aquatic with the way you act. Low key, low key. Chipmunk cheeks, yeah. I can, yeah, I can. I can puff off my cheeks. Which is actually like how I look like when when I eat on stream or if I drink water, my cheeks puff up, my model puffs up. Which okay, wait, let me send the quiz into the general on Discord aquatic. Hello, Black Belt. Hello. I live in the hood, so all I hear is where the hood at. Oh my god. I've only lived like I've been a city girl to be honest. Like I'm legitimately just a city girl. So and I say like I've always lived very central in the cities I'm in. I don't think I'd mind living like in the suburbs or like rural. Maybe not rural, suburbs. I think I'd always want to be like close to the city. That's just me. Mm. You want to play something, but you don't know what you want to do. What have you been playing recently? What you been doing? Hmm? Speaking of games, like what to do. Plan for today is to continue with the visual novel I was playing last week, which is 14 Days with You. I've been on a yandere visual novel kick, to be honest. 14 Days with You so far. I've been doing all the wrong things. I'm pretty sure the male lead was someone. He is a stalker. He has broken into her apartment. Um, we essentially introduced ourselves to him because he came to our work needing help with a book, and from the looks of it, he essentially presents himself as a character that we like in an anime. So he dresses up like him, he acts like him, but like we're at some point like the main character is kind of like I see through what you're doing because it feels like you're not acting authentically. Because mind you, underneath that you can see that this guy is very alternative in fashion. He has black nail polish. You can tell that he has neck tattoos. um I'm really curious how the story is going because I'm doing everything you're not supposed to do in a situation like that. Met him the first day. He was like, you know what? I can protect you from the intruder. Mind you, he's the intruder. He's like, I can protect you from the intruder. Let me stay at your place. Again, this is the first day this is the first time you've met the dude. Invited him in. I was like, yeah, you know what? Come with. Yeah, come with. So we'll be continuing that and seeing how that goes. And if we manage to finish it today, finish like the demo. I don't know if it's a demo or a full game actually. But if we manage to finish it, we'll play another visual novel, which again is a yandere visual novel. I've been really into yandere visual novels. That doesn't mean I like yanderes as like I find their characters interesting, but I would personally never want to be involved with a yandere. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean if I can't have you, no one can? Absolutely, stay the fuck away from me. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I don't want you. I, please. You had a chance to live in both and the countryside, both city. I'm assuming both city and the countryside. I want to live somewhere in between where I have nature around me, but like, yeah, no, I feel like that's hard. I feel like for to be like that, maybe not. I don't think you'll get something like that, or unless. Oh no, I think a lot of city, like the outskirts of city, like the city I'm in, there's a certain district that's on the outskirts of the city where it's like full of trees, but like that's like the rich area. Like those people have money. Those people have money. The whole do a recent five. Tell me the recent five games you're playing, and then we'll pick one. You made the Home Alone house? No, no. Honestly, I'm playing the dumb MC because I feel like in anime that's what they play Oblivious. Let me play Oblivious. Let me pretend I don't know he's the one stalking me. Also, hello, P bottle. I just realized your name, man. You're bro. Okay. Okay, I'll just call you P. I said your name so confidently. Most of the northern cities in the states over have exactly what I want. Oh yeah. To be fair, yeah, I don't really hear about people living in like the northern states. I really only hear about like mainly the West Coast. Especially with streamers. I feel like a lot of streamers like live in the West Coast. Mainly like I feel like a lot of them live in I don't know, California. I don't know. To be fair, I'm not American, so I don't know states. I'm European. I do not like you. I can maybe name some of them, maybe, but I will not be able to tell you the location. Maybe I can tell you like the location of like California, Florida, maybe Maine, because like Maine is in like the top right. And if I can do that, can I? I'm trying to think. Obviously, Texas. I can tell you that. Everything else is like free for all. Can't help you with that. I did walk right into. I know. I said it with my full chest, and I just sat there being like, bro. The second I said it, I'm like, oh my god, I just got. I got. GeoGuessr. I've tried playing GeoGuessr on stream. I actually wouldn't mind doing that again at some point. I've tried playing GeoGuessr, and low key, I suck. I love geography, but I just I used to be really good at like telling you the capitals of like different countries because I had an atlas when I was younger, and I would like study that atlas so much. I would study the map, and I would like my grandmother like would test me. What am I paying for? Well, unless you're planning to move to Europe, I can help maybe with the US. Hey, go to Florida. I heard a lot of stuff happens there. I can pay you in chips. Like what kind of chips are we talking though? Like give me the kind of chips and then let's talk shop. Let's talk shop. What kind of chips are we talking about? Convince you. Are you actually considering? I don't. I think like Europe is great. I can't really say much about the US because I've never been there. I've lived in Canada, so I can say I personally I adore Canada. But like I think like this is just like nostalgia memory like nostalgic memories from my childhood. I definitely need to go back there like recent to really see what it's all about. I am not moving to oh my god. Is it that bad? Is Florida like really what the media presents it to be? Oh, well damn. Well damn. That is a shame. That is a shame in itself. Oh, so you've been through the whole 9 yards. That sounds exciting. All right, so like, okay, I'd say as an American, then what state would you recommend? Actively trying to convince her to move out of there. Oh God, that doesn't. I've never watched End of O Streak, so I'm street. So that doesn't sound good at all. Oh yeah, House of the Dragon season finale tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm really curious how on what note they're gonna end it on. Oh, it looks amazing. Okay. Is it horror? It sounds horror. I'm into horror. Am I a pussy? Yeah, but I'm into horror. Can't believe you had every month. Yeah, honestly, it's made watching it like really, really easy. Oregon, Washington, Nevada, the border of Texas. Never going there again. Oh my god. Florida and Ohio. Oh no. In between Oregon. Oh, okay. All right. To be fair, I've never heard anything bad about those two places. So fair is fair is. Okay, I'm probably gonna start enough yapping for now. Thank you guys for talking to me. I love yapping with you guys. You guys know that. I do have to say, and I apologize in advance for all my YouTube peeps. Unfortunately, when I play games, I cannot look at the chat. So I really do recommend, if possible, if you guys do have Twitch accounts, I would recommend. But if you guys just want to chill and watch, by all means, you got it's your prerogative. But I unfortunately will not be able to look at chat during the meantime. I do apologize. I do have occasions where sometimes viewers on Twitch are like, this person said that on YouTube. And I'm like, yes, please integrate, get along with each other, love each other, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to be setting up the game. Going to be continuing the game. I need to like change my thingy. I need to make. Wait, give me a second. Let me change this. There we go. Should have recorded my new position because I always end up on that other side. You've been some. Oh my god, you're here. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Now we can continue talking. I do have like a widget. I have a widget that I need to set up. I'll probably do that before the next stream that a friend of mine gave me, which is super helpful because it has the widget allows an overlay of the chat to be on like your main screen, which is amazing. But fingers crossed at some point I get a second monitor, which means I can literally view OBS, meaning I can view chat. I have 3 wishes. Ooh, that's hard. I want some cinnamon rolls. Uh I want I feel like, are you the type of genie where I need to be really careful with my wishes and be really specific, or they can like go really badly? Like, for example, if I wish money, is it gonna be the kind of like wish where I'm like, yeah, I wish money, but like I want it to come as, like no harm to none, or else you like kill off someone and I get their I get their what's that money that they leave you? Inheritance? Are you that kind of genie, or is it like what I say goes? Bow, bow, bow. Utsu did it. Which one is that? Oh, let me look that up. That sounds new. It's close to Cinder. Wait, Far From Brutal, you should take the test too. And if anyone wants to, if anyone ever wants to, and y'all want to join the Discord server, I have put the link for that for the thing there. I do not hear from where, who, what kind, and when. So, hello. That's crazy. What? No, I want money the right way. Just give it to me now, but like make it appear from nowhere with no harm to anyone. And it can't be like tracked because I feel like if people like if I get money out of like money, I know money has to come from somewhere, but crazy. Hello, Arfi. Teal, thank you. I am. Thank you. I feel special now. Hello, Tio. I hope you're having a lovely time zone wherever you are. Wait, Aquatic, let me just quickly read what it says. Utsure is an anime and manga character archetype. Combines utsu means depression or gloom. Oh. Oh. The glaze. Yeah, glaze me. Like, I'm gonna stop. Um, yeah. Yeah. Let me get the game up. Is it supposed to be that small? This'll do, right? This'll do. The test had questions about women. Some of the answers couldn't. Oh, that's flares. Oh, it is a demo, right? I know that you can get like. I think this game you can purchase a DLC which includes like NSFW scenes. Yeah. Or so cursed Aztec gold from the private collection of Cthulhu. It'll be airdropped at your home. Oh, there'll be an AOE. How big is the AOE area? How big is the? Oh my god! Can I like save my like last wish? Then I'll just keep you around for a bit. Okay, so for people, I'll explain the game again. It's a cargo ship, crazy. All right, yeah, fair. Um. So for people who don't know, again, this is a yandere game, visual novel, and we have essentially a crazy stalker dude. Uh, I'm playing the dumb MC who's like essentially pretending not to see that he's actually some weirdo who's pretending to be an anime character that I like so that I'll like him. I let him stay in my house upon the first day of meeting him because he said he'll protect me from the intruder when he's the intruder himself. That is the gist of the game. That is the game. Let me set my model up to fit the scene, you know? Let me get my overlay in. Boom! You live here now? No, I can't. All right, make yourself at home. Finally, a new neighbor. So y'all are just all under my bed? Is that what we're doing? Okay, over 18. But yeah, this game. So we'll read the warning. Mild, coarse language, horror, gore, and unsettling themes such as being stalked, violence, death, and murder. It also involves eye-straining text, screen shakes, and the potential to cause seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. So please be aware and be careful when watching. We are over 18. Yes! Oh, yandere, that's spicy. Yes, that is spicy. Also, P. Just so, in case you didn't hear, again, I won't be able to look at YouTube chat. I thoroughly apologize. I'll be setting it up so that it's available at some point that I can read both chats. So if you do have something you want to say and that you want me to read, feel free to come over to Twitch. Otherwise, feel free to chill on YouTube. You're welcome to do as you please. Is like muting all audio. Welcome back. Enter, yeah, Imperstial, yeah. So yeah, this is the character we're talking about. The reason why I said like he is very obviously alt is simply like, bro, the neck tattoo says it all. But yeah, let's get into the game. Let's continue where we left off. Yeah, I do have streamer mode enabled, so I feel like there's some, I'm kind of scared there might be like some doxing. Yeah, that is a he. That is a he. That's a very pretty boy. Very pretty boy. Angel, you're back? Pardon? Oh. Oh, we're doing it like this, huh? I can't wait to see you again. Cool. I'm scared. I'm going to sleep. There's twigs here too. And another new. Can we load? Wait, I've already played this. Hold up. Here we go. What? Oh, fuck! Shit, I didn't want to save. I wanted to load. Oh my god. I fucked it. But alright. Our high okay. You guys are roleplaying? Okay, so yeah, I think this was when they're about to kiss because I like playing with fire. Okay, maybe we should go to bed now. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I hope I didn't make things awkward. Oh, you're fine, dude. You're fine. This is what people do. Legit? Really? Not at all. It's just we don't really know each other that well yet. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. But like, I was ready, man. I play with fire. I'm down. Also, this seems like a bad idea. I love it. Exactly. This is a really bad idea to let a stranger, mind you, not only stay over at our place, share the same bed. But we could get to know each other in the morning, maybe over breakfast? Yeah, I'd like that. Giving him a faint nod, could he even see it in the dark? I awkwardly turn over onto my side and settle back into bed. As Ren does the same, I feel the mattress shift once more and a heavy silence lingers in the air. Maybe he fell asleep already. Deciding to push my luck and break the silence once more, I whisper to Ren one final time. Good night, Ren. Good night, Yuri. Sweet dreams. I'll stay up a bit longer just in case anything happens. That concerns me actually a tiny bit, because actually no, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Ren. Yeah, his name is Ren. It was Prague, there was Pride Fest, and the Living Tombstone brings LG. Oh, is that the Living you were there? Oh my god, I have not heard. I feel like you've mentioned, did you mention that you were gonna see them? Am I just forgetful? Oh my god, you didn't know your childhood friend's name was Ren? Well, I think you need to tell Ren to calm down. But yeah, the Living Tombstone, that's like, oh my god, that's such a throwback. So don't worry about a thing and just get some sleep, okay? No one's gonna break in. I feel like he's also not good at hiding that this is not how he's, like, he is, you know, like, clothing-wise. Because I peep those. I feel like those neck tattoos, you know those people who get, like, their whole neck inked out? It kind of looks like, not tentacles, but, like, flames. Like black flames on their neck. I don't know how to explain it. I'll see you in the morning. The fleeting touch of his hand still lingers on my cheek as I find myself drifting off into a blissful sleep. Yeah, Living Tombstone did make those people. Fucking, what am I saying? They did make those. They made Look what Aquatic said. That's my answer. Because I think I just can't speak today. I am so freaking tongue-tied for no reason. The sounds of birds chirping happily outside pull me from my slumber as the streaks of sunlight peek through the. Did I change the category, mind you, before my dumb ass continues chit-chatting? I didn't change the category because I'm slow. 14 days with you. There we go. Tia, who are you saying that to? What do you mean by that? They make the people that made the people, which is cool. Because they're people. That is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why did I feel like that was like a tongue tie for me in itself? Look, guys. Before y'all call me a LARPer, I don't recall the songs. I just know the band, and I know that I used to listen to the music. Please. I'm no LARPer. I'm gonna shut up now. Groggily, I turn on my side and smush my head into the pillow to block out the light, only to hear the faint sound of tapping to my left. Cracking one eye open, I was surprised by the scene in front of me. Ren was already awake. He probably didn't sleep, perched up against the headboard as he idly scrolled his phone. It seems he was waiting for me to wake up, judging by how he immediately put his phone down as soon as we make eye contact and sends me a soft smile. Almost sheepishly, I shoot him an awkward smile of my own before covering my face with a pillow once more. Aw, look at them being shy together. So cute. Had Ren been watching me sleep? I hope I wasn't drooling. Babe, I don't think he cares. Morning, Angel. Morning. His voice pulls me from my thoughts, and I couldn't help but notice how attractive he sounded in the morning. Again, stranger, mind you. I understand one-night stands exist, but like, please have some decorum. You just met this guy, and you're letting him, quote-unquote, protect you. His gruff, sleepy tone was rather pleasant to hear, and I found myself wanting to continue the conversation. Lifting my head from the safety of my pillow, I was greeted with Ren's soft demeanor once more. I'd appreciate it if you weren't so chipper this early in the morning. You'd be this chipper too if you realized that you weren't murdered in your sleep last night. Pardon? Which can only mean one thing. That creepy guy didn't come back to your apartment last night. Actually, the creepy guy is right here. Got work in the morning? Oh no, get some rest then. And I hope work is okay. I hope you have a good week. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you when I'm back, hopefully. You take care, Aquatic, in case you decide to like hop off. Get some rest though. He seems almost smug as he leans closer to me, and it was then when I realized just how pretty he looked underneath the morning light coming from my window. Oh girl, you're a simp. It wasn't fair that he got to look so ethereal and glowing this early in the day, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to praise his looks or throw a pillow at his head. Ren doesn't seem to pick up on my speechless nature though, as he continues to beam down at me with such a soft look. And I found myself wanting to look away in fear of making things even more awkward. I guess I did a good job, huh? He's a bit too smug. If you ever need my services again, I'd be more than happy to oblige. For free, of course. Gotta wake up early. Oh, have safe travels to you. Take care. You're really talkative in the mornings, aren't you? I can't help it. I got to wake up next to a real cutie this morning. Oh, y'all make me sick. As if noticing how close he was to me, or maybe realizing that he dropped his usual stutter, Ren immediately pulls back and turns his head away. See you next Sunday. Shifts not shifting this month. More like, see you on the 21st. Oh wait, it is next. Like, you mean like next Sunday isn't like the week after? Because like next week, I'm still gone. I am still gone. So I'm back on the 21st. If it's only Sundays for you, I'll see you on the 23rd. Take care. Don't let work stress you out too much. Yeah. Anyways, now that you're awake, would you like to go out for breakfast? I think that cafe near the pier is open now. You could check it out. Like a date. I mean, hey, guys. Who else but me would run into the arms of danger? But only if you want to. Why did he suddenly switch again? I figured we'd at least be a tiny bit closer, especially considering that we shared a bed, but maybe I was wrong? You mean the Driftwood Cafe? I didn't even know it was open to the public yet. Really? My voice. My voice just gave up. Really? Well, what better way to find out than by finding out, I guess. I roll my eyes at his lame attempt at a joke before groaning into my pillow. Did he seriously want to go out for breakfast this early in the morning? Man, he was seriously a trooper. Also, I'll try. I'll do my best. Just kidding. All right, guys. Since I'm supposed to be like, you know, a sleep demon AI, I'm supposed to be like soft and soothing and help you guys go to sleep. Let me soften my voice. Let me just like, since it's so late at night. Was that ASMR for you guys? Was that good? You guys like that? Hello, Lane. Thank you, Aquatic, by the way. Just for info, PSA, I unfortunately cannot look at YouTube chat currently because technology. Hopefully next stream when I'm back, I'll be able to do so. Fingers crossed. But appreciate you guys for stopping by on YouTube and chilling. Yep, it felt like my puppy. She's oh, I did pin it, actually. I have pinned it on YouTube. That's the first thing I typically do. I multi-stream, I'm able to chit chat for a bit, like, because, you know, I always sit down and talk. But then, like, when I play games, hey. Anyways, with a sigh, I reluctantly sit up and stretch my limbs. From that action alone, it was like I could feel Ren's eyes on me. But as soon as I turned my head, he was already staring holes into the blanket with a blush in his cheeks. Shaking my head to dismiss those thoughts, I let all of my joints pop before breaking the silence once more. So, Driftwood Cafe? Let's go! In the end, Ren and I decided to walk to the cafe together, considering how the weather was perfect and it wasn't that far from my apartment. Turning to my side, I notice how the pink-haired man tries to not so subtly sneak side glances towards me. How about you just grab my hand, dude? We've slept in the same bed. You know, like, we might as well escalate things if we're gonna do things day by day basis. You know, you sleep over at my place on the first day. Hold my hand. Come on. The arm at his side practically itches to reach out. Grab it. Hold it. And if I knew any better, I would have assumed he wanted to hold my hand. But instead, he simply tucks his hand into his pockets like a pussy and shoots me yet another soft smile. The weather is really nice today, huh? Back to small talk, it seems. Sure is. If I had known it'd be this nice and sunny, I would have suggested spending the day at the beach instead. Oh, I love the beach. I can't wait. I'm going to the beach during my vacation, so exciting. Yeah? Yeah, we could go for a swim, or maybe even check out the rock pools. It's been a while since I've been there. Oh, that does sound fun. Oh, Leon, hi. Yuri! Leon is, a friend. I forgot, like, where I know him from. At the sound of my name being called, I turn on my heels only to find Leon running up to me with a sports bag full of what I assume to be his volleyball gear. Hey yo, Sunfish, it's good to see you out and about this early. I was just on my way to the beach to meet up with Jay and Tio. Did you want to tag along? And hey, it's Ron, right? Nice to see you again, buddy. Right. He's not gonna be happy about this. Oh, it's Ren, actually. Sunfish? Huh? Oh yeah. Sunfish is the cheesy nickname Leon gave me when we were kids. I don't really get it either, to be honest. So, Sunfish and Ren, was it? Sorry about that, bud. I'm not too good with names. Faces too, sometimes. But hey, it's good to see you both again. Doing anything exciting today? If not, you can tag along with me and Angelfish. Y'all, am I just a fish now to y'all? Blub, 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 I guess. Fucking hell. Like, please. We're about to go on a date, actually. Angelfish. A date? I don't miss the way Ren suddenly pulls my arm closer to his side, nor the way he clings onto me as though I'd suddenly disappear. You're going on dates again, Darl? Good for you! I'm glad to see that you're coming out of your shell again. Take good care of her for me, won't you, bud? What do you think I've been doing ever since you moved away? Pardon? Pardon? What? Like me, Leon barely seems to notice Ren's mumbling as he rests an arm over my shoulder and starts tugging me in the direction of the beach. Ren, on the other hand, still latches onto my arm but doesn't seem to move. I can't believe my little Sunfish is out there in the dating scene again. I feel like a proud father. Oh please, we're basically the same age. I feel like a proud adoptive father. Leon pretends to wipe a tear from his eye as he leans further into my shoulder, and it was only then that I noticed Ren wasn't following us. Turning around, I reach out to grab his hand instead to tug him along. He immediately seems to perk up at the action and entwines his fingers with mine before falling into step. Why does Leon not look happy? Bro, no, Leon. You were happy before. You were saying you're happy for me. I can't hold hands with them. Leon, do you want to say something, buddy? Oh, pal, oh, friend. All right. Wow. Can't read. As fun as it is to catch up with my proud adoptive father, who's the same age as me, which makes things kind of weird, Ren and I do need to get going. Yeah, of course. I didn't mean to take up so much of your time. He unhooks his arm from around my shoulder and inclines his head towards the beach one more time. But my offer still stands. If you want to catch up some more, I'll be down at the beach with... Low-key! Ren! Ren, you might need to step up your game a bit. Oi. Speak of the devil. Almost like he appeared from thin air, Theodore, Tio, emerges from somewhere behind Leon and makes his way towards the three of us. Though unlike most of my friends here in Cortland Bay, I actually met Tio in the city a few years ago, back when I used to live there. In fact, it was through our mutual friend Jay. Apparently, they'd both known each other since the beginning of middle school, but even after graduating and moving on to university, the pair were still practically inseparable. According to Jay, Tio would always show up at campus to pay him a visit, though if I were being honest, I'm sure Tio only did it to antagonize some of the students and staff there. It definitely wasn't out of the ordinary for him to do something like that, plus it offered me a lot more insight into the whole assertive yet nonchalant attitude he often liked to put on. The first time I'd ever witnessed it was when Tio found me sitting alone at a cafe. I still remember sitting there slack-jawed as he practically shoved my laptop bag to the side before he sat down and took a sip of my drink like it was his own. Honestly, you would have to pay me. I would ask for money then and there, like actually send me money. You're drinking for my drink. Are we close? Like, are we besties? Because if not, pay me. The satisfied grin from seeing my displeasure said everything, and had he not offered to buy me another drink, okay, you know what? Fair is then. You know what? Okay, I'll take it. I'm almost certain I would have told Tio to get lost and bother someone else. But before I can reminisce any further, I hear the sounds of Tio's footsteps drawing closer, and it pulls me back to the present. I watch as he walks up to us with a confident stride before he purposefully bumps into Ren with the sole purpose of sending him tumbling into the metal railing behind him. Tio is gonna die. Tio is going to die. He will be the first to go. But luckily, Ren manages to catch his footing at the last second, sending Tio an annoyed scowl of his own. Aw, crap, sorry about that. I'm not sure how I missed such a brightly colored children's mascot. Alright, there is no need for that here. Despite Leon's tone, Tio barely pays the shorter male any mind, seemingly far more interested in Ren instead. Let me guess, you're dressed up as Betty the Buttercup? My 4-year-old cousin would love you. Boy, knock it off, mate. What's your problem? I know, what's yours? Kiss, man. Can cut that tension with a knife at this point. Kiss, make out. I could practically feel the tension between the two grow, so I decided to step in. Maybe you should introduce each other first before you start glaring each other to death. Tio, this is Ren. He's my, well, I'm her boyfriend. I was gonna say acquaintance, but like... Well, that was certainly one way to put it, especially without bringing it up with me beforehand. At his words, I shoot Ren a confused glance, but the determined look on his face had me biting back my words. Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, this is Tio. He's... Wait, how should I introduce him to Ren? Is he my ex? Oh shit! I had a feeling that'd be the case, but like, oh. You know what? He like Tio is a bit of an asshole. So I'll be a bit of an asshole back. I will say I have never seen this man in my life. And I've never seen this woman in my life either. You guys are hilarious. With a sigh, I try my best to clear the air of any confusion. Alright, Tio is just a friend I made back in the city. You want to know what's hilarious? Buttercup's outfit over there. Tio, you're an ass. What did you call me? Okay, enough. Look, why don't we just drop this, yeah? You really need to stop trying to pick up fights with everyone, mate. Oh, don't get your panties in a twist. I seriously doubt Buttercup's capable of harming a fly, let alone able to throw a decent punch. You can drop the nickname. Nah, but I think Dollface over here should drop you instead. Is you good in the head, Tio? Besides, the nickname's kinda cute. Matches your style pretty well, don't you think, Buttercup? I could see Ren's hand clench into a fist as he advances towards Tio, but thankfully Leon steps in once more. Seriously, why don't we all cool off, yeah? I think we're getting a bit too heated. Look, we're gonna head down to the beach. I don't miss the way Leon sends Tio a sharp glare. Are you sure you don't want to join us? Yeah, actually, at this point, I low-key, I was like, yeah, Tio, he's kind of cute. Tio can actually shove a dick up his ass. I promise to make sure that Tio stays on his best behavior. Sorry, Leon, but I've already made plans with Ren. And I seriously doubt they'll be able to get along. You know how Tio can get. Yeah, you've got a point there. Well, alright then. He leans closer to me as if he didn't want the other two eavesdropping. If anything happens, I'll be in the area. Just come find me, okay? I will. Thanks, Leon. I gave his arm a soft squeeze and turned my attention back to Ren. But by the way he looks at us, I can only assume he didn't like how close I was standing to my childhood friend. Emphasis on childhood friend. Though that could have also been because Tio was still around, and honestly, I couldn't blame him. Regardless, I reach for his hand once more and tug him towards the cafe, making a point of ignoring Tio's crass words as we went along. I barely notice how Ren's mood immediately changes when my attention is back on him, and he follows along like a lost puppy. Yeah, that was fun. That was lovely. That was amazing. I also love how like my color palette right now is like perfectly blending with the background. It's really nice, honestly. I like it. Also, I love the glare of my glass. Like, look at that. Look at that look. Oh, I love overlays. I love setting up overlays. We eventually arrive at Driftwood Cafe, and the smell of fresh pastries and brewed coffee flood my senses as it wafts through the open windows. You're looking? Yeah, look at me. And just as I had thought, the cafe looked as though it had only recently been opened. I love adding words, apparently, because I am seeing words that are not there. Though it didn't seem as busy or crowded as I anticipated. Pulling me from my thoughts, Ren ushers me into one of the empty tables before he goes off to make an order with a pleased look on his face. It was a bit strange how he didn't want to look at the menu first, but I chalked it up to him wanting to surprise me. He's barely gone for 5 minutes before he returns once more, taking a seat in front of me with a huff. A comfortable silence washes over us, and I watch as he absent-mindedly fiddles with the ends of his hair. Was he still concerned about what Tio said about his appearance earlier? Maybe it'd be a good idea to take his mind off it. Hey, Ren? Almost immediately, he perks up with wide eyes. How do you manage to keep your hair so fluffy? It always looks so good. Ren seems to flush instantly at my words, and he sheepishly ducks his head lower to hide his reddening cheeks. You like it? Yeah, it's nice. It does look like he takes really good care of his hair. I usually just angle a blow dryer below my chin and blast the heat, and it just stays like that afterwards. So essentially what you're saying is you're really lucky and you have really good genetics. Okay, Ren, fuck you. Oh, so you don't need to use any products or anything? Not really. No heat protectant, no leave-in conditioner, fuck you, man. I have like a whole hair routine. I have a routine for everything, like skincare, shower routine, like for my everything showers. Like, oh my god. But no, you have to do the bare minimum, and you're perfect. How dare you? Just when I thought he got over his timid personality, it slowly came crawling back. Was this really who he was? Ren must have taken my silence as a lack of response, seeing as he tries striking up another conversation. So, work's going good for you, huh? Finally got that promotion? Yeah, I did. I was honestly surprised when I first got my promotion, considering how I've only moved back here recently. But Eleanor has been really helpful showing me the ropes and... Wait, how did you know I got promoted? Oh, your coworker told me all about it yesterday after you left. Eleanor, right? She seems really proud of you. Eleanor is missing, friend, by the way. Do you know anything about that? Anyway, what were you saying about her showing you the ropes? I barely noticed how he managed to change the conversation back to me, as I recounted all the times Eleanor helped me through my first week of working at the library. It eventually reached the point where it felt like I had been talking for hours, and it wasn't until something caught my eye that I finally stopped. Oh, should I? Let's make moves on him. Let's make money moves on him. You've got something in your hair. Huh? At my words, Ren seems almost bashful as he sheepishly starts picking at the strands of his hair. But he seems to miss the small piece of fluff no matter how many times he tugs at his roots. Here, let me. Stifling a laugh, I reach over the table to pluck the offending item out of his hair. Ren only seems to lean closer into my touch while his cheeks flush a light shade of red, and just as I pull the piece of fluff out... Order 25! Oh, that's us. Wait right here, I'll be right back. Before I could get a word in, Ren was jumping out of his seat and meandering his way towards the kiosk. It really was a sight to behold, seeing Ren tower over most of the customers who were waiting in line. Even the cashier herself, who seemed to be at least 6 feet tall, had to crane her neck upwards just to look at him. How tall is this dude? But before I could blink twice, Ren was already on his way back with a large tray full of delicious food. He seats himself back at his original spot with a pleased smile and begins to lay out the dishes in front of me. Oh, this is... Ooh, croissant! A croissant with chocolate filling sits in... Oh my god, that sounds so good. I love croissant. I am a sweet tooth, but my favorite desserts... Top 3, I'd say 1 would be a cinnamon bun. 2 would be... No, 1 would be number 1 is cinnamon bun. 2 is pudding. I fucking love pudding. Chocolate pudding, hazelnut pudding, pudding. Just pudding. I love pudding. If like someone buys me pudding, honestly, I love that. Pudding. The third thing I don't know what it's called in English. In German, it's a pastry that's called a Franzbrötchen. I really love those. Wait, let me look at it. It's called... Yeah, a French roll? It's like, essentially, it's cinnamon as well. It's kind of like a cinnamon flavored pastry, but it's German. I don't really think there's a name for it. It's just like there's not really a direct translation for it. In 30 years? Why do I have to wait 30 years for that? I want it now. But it's okay. I made the wish. I needed to come to terms with the consequences. How did Ren know that this was my favorite thing to order? Granted, it wasn't like I've been to the Driftwood Cafe before, but this was usually what I'd order at any other cafe. It was honestly like he could read my mind. And what was even more mind-boggling was that he didn't even need to look at the menu beforehand. It was like he just knew. Don't forget your drink. Ren shoots me another gentle smile of his before placing my drink. It's like he's not, he wants to hide that he's like a stalker, but then again, sometimes he just doesn't. Like he makes up excuses when he realizes like how weird his shit is, but then he pulls this where I'm like, how do you know exactly what I want? No way. The drink he placed in front of me, it was a smoothie. Oh my god, I love smoothies. The inviting aroma of fruit floods my senses, and that alone was what assured me that Ren ordered my favorite smoothie. Just like the ones I usually bring on my way to work sometimes. I hope this is okay. Unfortunately, this cafe doesn't really have much to offer, judging from the menu I saw online. Ah, so that's how he knew what to order. I even tried asking for napkins earlier, but I don't think they heard me. Maybe I should try again? I almost felt bad for him, but I also felt grateful for ordering me something that I normally eat at a cafe. And make sure everything's on the table before putting the tray aside, and it was then when I noticed what he'd ordered himself. You're craving things you don't have? To be fair, I could make myself a smoothie because I have frozen fruit. I want to buy some frozen mangoes and make like a mango smoothie. Oh my god, that would hit so freaking good. I love mango so much. It's one of my favorite fruits. On his plate sat a strawberry sweet roll alongside a cup of coffee that was an alarming shade of black. Ooh. I'm not a fan of coffee, and if anything, I would have coffee with like milk and sugar because I can't. I remember one time I tried my friend who got a double espresso because she loves her coffee like just straight up black. I wanted to choke because it tasted so disgusting. To me, at least. He seems to pick up on my inquisitive stare if the innocent tilt of his head was anything to go by. You want my meal instead? We can swap if you want. I don't mind. This was supposed to be a date, right? Deciding to tease him a little, I shoot Ren a sly grin. That's okay, but you could offer me a bite instead. Ren almost seemed to combust on the spot as his cheeks turn red and he almost chokes on a spit. Oh, that's cute. Okay, that's cute. See, Ren has his cute sides. He can be— I'm trying to adjust my chair. Give me a second. There we go. I was trying to scooch closer to y'all. Ren has his cute moments. He looks down at his food before glancing back at me, only to look down once more to scoop up a bite-sized piece of his food. I watch as Ren's cheek turn a deep shade of red while he brings his fork closer to me, and not wanting to be seen as a coward, I lean in to take a bite. His eyes widen almost immediately, and he seems hyper-focused on the way my mouth wraps around the fork before I lick my lips and let out a pleased hum. It's yummy. Try some. Pink-haired man seems to have an awkwardly long staring contest with his own fork before he scoops yet another small piece and takes a bite. Oh my god, an indirect kiss. If you want to go about it like that. Ren's cheeks are still scarlet red, and he seems almost fidgety with how his legs keep bouncing under the table, so I decide to take pity on him and not tease him for it. With a knowing smile, I start digging into my own meal with a pleased hum. Eventually, we ended up finishing our meals and decided to do a bit of window shopping to pass the time. I had nothing else to do today, and Ren seemed insistent on spending the rest of his time with me, so I agreed. Passed by a few clothing stores, ice cream stands, surfboard rentals, and many other interesting buildings, though nothing really caught my interest. But just as I thought I'd lost all hope, one star— I'm sorry, I'm just like, my brain is processing like why I can't read. One store in particular catches my eye. In one of the display windows, I spot this cute little rabbit plushie in the size of Haruko's likeness. I mean it. Fucking up. It even came with his limited edition sorcerer outfit and everything. So, what was his name? Oh my god, wait, shit. I forgot that this shows. Yeah, this is my profile picture, guys. This is my profile picture. Don't tell me that's what he actually looks like, because if this is what he actually looks like, if that's his actual hairstyle, please change back. Ren, you look so hot. You look so good like that. Change it back. Oh yeah, it looks like there's— oh, a buddy map. So does it tell you where like everyone is? I kind of like that. Oh, so you can see like your love meter with people. I like that. The way Tio's fat dumpy won't fit through the staff window. What the fuck? What the fuck? But it looks like this is still a work in progress. I do like it. I like what they're doing with this. But yeah, I couldn't believe they were selling these things here, of all places, at such a cheap price too. Ren seems to take notice of what I was not so subtly gawking at, but before we could enter the store, the cashier walks in front of the display stands and box review. She drops a box of miscellaneous items at her feet and begins stalking the shelf next to the plushie before she finally notices standing by the window. I don't miss the way her eyes widen at Ren, obviously taking an immediate liking to him, and almost shamelessly pushes a strand of hair behind her ears before giving him a small wave. Girl, if you don't back the fuck, if you don't back up. Ren's mine. Sneaking a glance at the taller man beside me, I noticed how Ren wasn't even paying any attention to her. Instead, keeping himself busy by scratching at his jaw and kicking at the stray cobblestone rocks by his feet. But the cashier seems adamant about getting Ren's attention, considering how she felt the need to abandon her spot by the shelves and make her way towards us. Hi there! Welcome to Seaside Trinkets. My name is Olivia. Can I help you with anything? Should I give her like a Valley Girl voice? Oh no, we're just looking around, but thanks for... We recently got some new beachwear merchandise if you're interested in checking them out. Olivia, I'm going to actually fling you into the beach. I will fling you into the ocean. You'll become shark food. Was she seriously ignoring me? Oh, you kind of look like someone I know. Have we met before? Maybe we went to the same school. Me? I don't think so. Really? I definitely would have remembered a face like yours. Olivia! You're pissing me off. Actually, now that I've got a good look at you, I watch as she shamelessly takes in Ren's appearance before crossing her arms over her chest and leaning back. You also remind me of one of those characters from a cartoon that's been gaining a lot of traction there. Apparently one of the locations from that show is based on Corlin Bay's main beach. Are you talking about Attack on Giant, guys? Yes, Attack on Giant! Is that the name of it? Then yeah. I don't really know much about those cartoons, but our company recently started selling some stuff for it to entice the tourists. Do you want to come inside and take a look? Actually, do you want my number as well? Here. You had this prepared? Of course. You always need to be ready in case any cuties walk into the store. I can't do this voice anymore. I can't do this voice. I need to stop. I wouldn't want to sound like a hypocrite or anything. Ren looks at me with a shy, knowing look before he hesitantly reaches out to take the piece of paper. What did he mean by that? Before I could even get a chance to ask, Ren already answers my silent question with red cheeks and a crooked smile. This is embarrassing, but I also had my number prepared for when we met at the library yesterday. Here. He reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a folded pinky sticky note. Pinky, really? A pink sticky note of his own before discreetly handing it to me, alongside Olivia's number as well. Huh? Why was he giving me her number as well? Are you stupid? The MC's so stupid. My confusion must have been blatantly obvious since Ren was quick to explain his intentions with a mischievous grin. He leans closer to whisper in my ear. Maybe we could prank call her later? That'll teach her not to give her number out to strangers. But isn't that what you just did with me, Ren? I match his teasing smile with my own as I ran my thumb over the pink sticky note in my hand. Touché, but I've yet to receive any prank calls from you, though. Don't jinx it. Just as Ren lets out a puff of laughter at my joke, Olivia cuts him off. Hello, I'm still here. Hello, Olivia. Read the fucking room. Oh, right, sorry. Anyway, now that you've got my number and I've got your attention again, I think it's only fair I show you around the store. I don't do this for just anybody, you know. That's so kind of you, Olivia. Truly heartwarming. Ren doesn't seem to answer her initial question, nor does he seem to outright respond to her. Instead, casts an inquisitive glance in my direction. It was like he was asking me for my opinion, and I can only assume it was because he knew about my interest in anime. It was thoughtful of him to do that, but I kind of wanted him to tell that rude worker off instead. Wait, did I really want him to do that? What was wrong with me? You like him. That is the thing. You like him. Matt, when people are so obtuse about their feelings, please, like, please. I'm sure that the cashier just took an interest in him, and there was nothing wrong with that. It's not like we're a couple anyway, but we were supposed to be on a date right now, and Ren did declare himself as my boyfriend earlier. But I just assumed he said that in order to get Tia off my back. Does that mean... was he feeling the same way about me? Same way as me? Was jealousy on his mind when we talked with Leon and Tio earlier? I wasn't sure how I felt about this new discovery. Yuri? Huh? You want to look at the items? We've still got a bit of time to kill. Damn, I really like inserting words elsewhere. Here, why don't I show you the most recent stock? We haven't shown this to the general public yet, but I'm sure you'll love it. Without warning, Olivia, was that her name, reaches out for Ren's arm and practically drags him inside the store. He lets out a surprised sound before leaning back and trying to grab hold of my own arm as well, but I was just out of his reach. There's nothing else I could do but watch as Ren helplessly gets pulled into the store. It's back here in the stock rooms. Usually we don't allow customers downstairs, but you're a real hottie, so I'll let you take a sneak peek. No, actually, I'm good. Don't worry, we won't get caught. I'm sure your girlfriend wouldn't mind if I bored you for a bit. Olivia's about to go missing. For no particular reason. She'll be on a very, very long-term holiday. Permanently. I'll even throw in some of those cartoon stickers for you. Surely that'll make it worth your time. The wink she sends him felt a little excessive, and I honestly wished Ren would turn around so I could gauge his reaction. But instead, he leans in close to her face and whispers in a hushed tone that I could barely hear from my spot outside the store. What? What is he? Was he threatening to push her down the stairs? Ren, a man of my own heart. I'm kidding. From their current position, it looked as though they were having a really intimate conversation, and I felt the sudden urge to look away. Why was I getting so bothered over this? I know we aren't together, but Ren shouldn't be off flirting with other people while on a date with someone else. I would never want to be with someone who wasn't considerate of my feelings, and up until now, I honestly thought Ren would have had a chance. I guess I was wrong. But still, there was this nagging voice at the back of my head that kept telling me not to give up on him so easily. Ren was the only one who confidently stood his ground when Tio got a bit suggestive, so maybe I should do the same? Would he even mind? Before I can stop myself, my feet start to move on autopilot as I march towards the two of them and reach for Ren's sleeve. I give it a hesitant tug, and I swear I could almost feel the relief wash over his body because of it. Ren's entire demeanor seemed to change in that moment, and he turns to me with a relieved smile on his soft features. I don't really have any interest in the store. Can we go somewhere else? Yeah, of course. Wait, hold on. Ren carelessly shoves Olivia's stretched hand aside and gently places an arm over my shoulder instead. And just like that, he's already guiding me out of the store and back into the busy street. I can hear Olivia sputter out confused sounds as she watched the two of us leave, and I suddenly felt guilty for causing a rift between them. Why? It's fine. You'll never see her again. No matter how many times I try to brush it aside, I still couldn't get my mind off of what had just occurred earlier. What if What if Ren was interested in her? Granted, he probably shouldn't have blatantly flirted with her while on a date with me, but he wasn't exactly the most confident guy. Would he still be able to talk to her again if things didn't work out between us? No, I shouldn't be thinking like that. Peering up to gauge his expression, I noticed how he didn't really look that all upset about leaving her. If anything, he seemed rather content to be walking down the street with his fingers entwined with mine once more. I can feel him give my hand a protective squeeze as he looks down at me with his soft blue eyes, and all of my worries somehow melt away. Maybe I did make the right choice after all. It might have been selfish, but it was worth having Ren look at me with such a gentle expression. Eventually, the sun started to set behind the ocean as Ren and I continued to walk along the beach. Most of the conversation was geared towards me and my interests again, but every time I tried to learn more about Ren, he only seemed to divert the conversation back to me once more. But the more I focused on this odd behavior, the more I began to pick up on his social habits as well. I learned that Ren would subtly pick at his sleeves of his cardigan whenever he got nervous, or how he'd scratch at his jaw whenever the conversation strayed down a path he didn't feel comfortable with. His little quirks told me more about himself than the dead-end conversations that only led back to me, and I was content with knowing more about him than I did yesterday. Ren no longer felt like a stranger I had met at a library, but rather someone I could consider a friend. Except, friends aren't supposed to get jealous whenever they see them flirt with someone else. Jeez, what was wrong with me? It had barely been 2 days and I was already contemplating whether or not I truly saw Ren in a romantic light. Was I going too fast? All of these thoughts were starting to get a bit overwhelming and... Angel, hello? Huh? You're spacing out on me again. There's that look again. He keeps peering down at me with so much adoration in his eyes, and if I didn't know any better, I would think that he was already halfway in love with me. But that was a very conceited thought, and probably wasn't even true. Oh girl, it's true. Oh girl, he's obsessed. He is a stalker. Probably a serial killer, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised, but you know. We live and learn. Sorry, I was just thinking about things. Are you going to share those things with the rest of the class? He sends me a playful smile and a gentle nudge into my side, and I couldn't help but laugh. When did we become so comfortable with each other? And when did he lose his stutter? It's nothing really, but maybe a bit embarrassing, but while I was wondering, how do you feel about my sentence cut short when a drop of rain lands on my cheek? Instinctively, I look up and find myself wondering how I didn't notice those dark clouds in the sky sooner. All of a sudden, more droplets fall down, until it's all but pouring rain and forcing everyone in the area to find cover. Over here, Ren doesn't seem to pay much attention when he grabs me by the wrist and pulls me underneath one of the awnings of a nearby building. He shields me from the rain with his body, and I couldn't help but feel tiny with the way his arms cage me in as he rests them against the wall. Oh, kamedan. Oh, okay, we get a view. We get the view. All right, Ren, I see you. Okay, pretty boy. We look at each other in silence for a brief moment before erupting in laughter. Perhaps it was because of the adrenaline from all the panicked running, or the fact that Ren's hair was starting to lose its fluffiness, but I couldn't hold back from letting out a fit of giggles. This only seems to spur Ren on as well, until we're both wheezing out our lungs and gulping down air. I can't remember the last time I ran that fast. Me too. Lovely. The looming sound of thunder echoes from afar and drowns out our laughter until we're both silent once more. Once we both calm down, Ren moves me further away from the rain before casting a glance behind him. Wait here, I'll buy us an umbrella so we can get out of this rain. But you'll get soaked. 'Tis a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I roll my eyes at his corny joke and send him off with an amused smile. Hasta la vista. He doesn't look back before he makes a mad dash out into the rain and down the street towards the closest convenience store. Though the rain only seems to get heavier the moment he leaves, and I find myself pressing even further against the wall behind me to avoid the recall of the rain bouncing off the pavement. There wasn't much for me to do while I waited for Ren to return, aside from watching people scramble around for shelter. And just like that, the carefree sounds of laughter echoing from down the street capture my attention as I watch Leon, Tio, and Jay all run over to cover like their life depended on it. This isn't good. Well, it seemed as though their beach outing got cut short as well. Glancing back once more, I barely make out the figure of Leon using his bag as a makeshift umbrella as he ducks under one of the awnings of an ice cream stand. All while Tio and Jay trail behind at a leisurely pace, kicking and splashing water at each other in the rain. I had to look away the moment Tio started to remove his shirt, and I had an inkling that it was so that he could show off. And knowing Jay, he'll follow along without a care in the world because that's what he always does when it comes to his friends. Oh, no need to apologize. Hey, that's okay. You have chores. I didn't they need to be done. All good. A part of me feels like calling out to the group to see if I can wait out the storm alongside them, but they all seem to be enjoying themselves and I didn't want to get in between that. Plus, I did promise Ren that I'd wait for him here, even if he was taking his sweet time. Was he ever going to return? There was still no sign of him, or his comfy-looking cardigan, and I was beginning to wonder if he really did ditch me. After all, it must have been more than 15 minutes by now. What if he got caught up in something? Or what if he went back to see that cashier lady again? Her store did happen to be on the same street, but after spending the afternoon with Ren and getting to know him, I concluded that he wasn't the type of person to do such a thing. Plus, that'd be a really low blow considering that he was the one who offered to take me out on a date today. Although, if I was being honest with myself, it did seem as though they had chemistry. Girl, are you blind? There was zero chemistry between the two of them. He literally threatened to push her down the stairs just because, like, he was not interested. Especially with how she looked at him and touched his arm as though it was the most natural thing in the world. She's just an insistent, like, she was much. She was doing too much. You're fine. She apparently knew him as well, or at least he looked recognizable enough. She was saying that to get his attention, she was trying to get closer to him. That's not how it works. Oh my god, like what? Oh no. Oh, you're a bit dense. You're a bit dense. It's okay. See, this is why I choose the decisions that I choose. Because she seems very, very dense. And I'm going along with it. Why did that thought make my blood boil? Thankfully, the rain was there to cool me off, as well as soak the ends of my outfit, and make everything feel damp and uncomfortable. Was Ren really coming back? It shouldn't take this long to buy an umbrella. No, we'll wait. Maybe something did come up. I'm sure he'll come back. And as if on cue, I spot a familiar patch of pink hair from within the misty rain, frantically sprinting with an umbrella in one hand and a bag under the other. Angel? Yuri? He almost slams into me before stopping just in time, and I could tell by the way he was wheezing that he ran all the way back here without stopping. Sorry, I thought I almost lost you for a second. It's so hard to see in this weather. Jeez, Ren, what took you so long? I almost wanted to cuss him out for taking well over 20 minutes just to buy a single umbrella. Not gonna lie, you're acting as if he was gone for hours. 20 minutes is not too bad. But the genuinely apologetic look on his features made me hold my tongue. Sorry, Do you remember your friends from earlier? I ran into them on the way here, which took forever to shake them off. And then the convenience store ended up closing early due to the sudden weather change. So then I had to go back to that awful souvenir shop with that obnoxious and clingy cashier again, and she asked me if I was talking a mile a minute, and I was worried he'd end up biting his tongue. Gently, I raised my hand to signal him to calm down, and his intense monologue soon came to a halt. I'm really sorry about making you wait so long, but ta-da! I did manage to get an umbrella, among other things as well. He gives it a small twirl in his hands, sending droplets of water all over the place. We can start heading back home now if you want, unless you want to go somewhere specific. No, we're not gonna be rude and be like, forget it, I'm going home alone. Your apartment? Sure. It's close by anyways, I can walk you home. The image of me taking a nice warm bath after being out in this weather was too hard to resist, so I ended up eagerly stepping under Ren's umbrella before heading back home. In the end, Ren ended up walking me back home. Yet despite being the one to hold the umbrella, he still got wet because he offered most of it to me. Ren really was considerate, but it didn't stop me from feeling bad whenever I saw the wet patch on his shoulder. Eventually enough, is that correct? Eventually enough, my apartment entrance comes into view and I suddenly wish that time would slow down. I wasn't sure why, but I was enjoying my time with Ren, even though I still didn't know much about him. All that I did know was that he was very attentive when it came to me and that he was willing to put in the effort to get to know me better. It was honestly very sweet seeing Ren be so considerate. You seem wishy-washy on all over the place. Like, on one hand, you're like, oh, Ren's cute. I think I like him. I'm getting jealous. On the other hand, you're like, is he flirting with her? I don't know. Like, please make up your mind. He still came off a bit odd and eccentric at times, but that side of him was slowly starting to grow on me. Glancing back at the pink-haired man beside me once more, I watch as he casually twirls the umbrella in his grip and shoots me a playful smile. It seems as though he shared the same sentiment as me, judging by how his feet started slowing down the moment we ascended my apartment staircase. With a smile, I turned to face Ren, only to realize that he was already looking at me with an all too familiar soft grin. So here we are. Thanks for going out with me today. I'm sorry it got cut short because of the weather. I really should have looked at the weather app before leaving, huh? It's fine. Maybe we could try this again another time. Preferably on a day without rain. Yeah, I'd like that. We stand around at the entrance for a while before I kiss him! Kiss him! Kiss him! Yeah, after 48 hours of knowing a man. Not even 48. 24 plus. Between 24 and 48. Like 36 hours of knowing a man. Before I can stop myself, I take a step closer to Ren and gently pull him closer by the front of his cardigan. He seems surprised at my actions with how wide his eyes get, but it doesn't stop me from leaning upwards and pressing a soft kiss against his lips. The taste of cherry lingers when I pull away, and I watch with slight amusement as Ren's cheeks instantly flare a deep scarlet. Thanks for walking me home. Uh-huh. I could almost see the steam rise from his head as he remains in a slouched over position, so I awkwardly pat his chest to get him to loosen up. I mean, yeah, of course. Don't mention it. He almost bumps his head with the umbrella as he leans back but remains close to my side. Well then. Much like the first time I met him at the library, I awkwardly gesture to the door behind me as I try and find a way to excuse myself. Sometimes Ren really made these kind of situations difficult. I should head back inside now, and you should get out of this rain. Oh yeah, I probably should. He still makes no sign of leaving, which made me wonder if he was waiting to make sure that I made it safely inside my apartment. As if to test that theory, I gave him a small wave and turned on my heel. Oh, before you go, this is for you. Without another word, Ren shoves the bag he was holding into my arms with a forced smile. Peering inside, I noticed the horror ghost plushie I'd been eyeing earlier. He really went out of his way to get this for me? Wow. Well then, I'll be going. Goodbye, Angel. Before I could respond, Ren was already turning on his heels and leaving back the same way he came. With a warm and fuzzy feeling still inside me, I climb up the flight of stairs until I reach my door. My floor. I highly doubt my landlord had fixed the elevator yet if the caution tape was anything to go by. But it was difficult to focus on those things when all I could think about was Ren's warmth lingering on my lips. But a flash of white manages to pull me from my thoughts, and I noticed Violet lingering near the stairwell entrance to our floor. Yuri, hey! I'm guessing the weather put a fork in your plans too, huh? She moves to unlock her door, and I notice how one of her potted plants had been moved to the busted window at the end of the hallway. I'm guessing Violet had moved it to make sure to make use of the free rain and make it easier to water her plants without the effort. Want to come in for a while? This weather is making me feel rather chilly. I can brew some tea to warm us up if you'd like. Sorry, Vi. As much as I'd love to, my social battery is kind of drained by now. Oh, that's okay. I totally get it. You just need to... Thank you, Vi. In that case, Carla over here is a good company. She won't talk, but she'll listen to your problems without a complaint. She hands me a small bouquet made from an assortment of colored tulips before waving me off and stepping into her apartment. That's cute. The smell of lavender wafts out as she pokes her head out of the door, and the scent immediately calms my senses. My offer still stands if you ever change your mind, though. Just knock and I'll get my kettle running. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Yuri. Toodles. Man, Violet really was something, huh? Stepping into the comfort of my apartment, I discard my keys into the bowl and take off my shoes. Ignoring the awful squelching sound it makes, I try my best not to leave a puddle of water in my wake as I make my way into the lounge room. I pull out the Haruko plushie from the bag and sit it on the couch before I return. Wow, I'm really on some shit today. I'm struggling. I need to, you know what? I think I need to take my time reading. I'll read slowly. Let me just mellow out. Mellow out. Breaking news. The body of a young woman has been pulled from a dumpster on Cornell Street, no more than 5 feet from the place she worked at. Paramedics says she suffers multiple blunt forces to her vital organs as well as showing signs of stress and struggle. Viewer discretion is advised as these images contain scenes that may be triggering. I'm assuming that's her coworker. I think that's her coworker that they found now. All of a sudden, the TV turns into static, and I can only assume that it was caused by the storm. I didn't need to look outside the window to know that it had only gotten worse, and I wonder if Ren was going to be alright on the walk back to his apartment. Also, who was the person on the TV? The reporter seemed to be standing outside of a hardware store, which wasn't far from the pier Ren and I went to today. Oh shit, it was the woman working at the store! Dang, I really wanted to know more. Despite that, I don't feel like taking any chances with this freak storm, so I quickly race to the bathroom before the power turns off next. With my body finally free from the smell of rain. I love the smell of rain though, like especially like, you know when hot rain, like on warm summer days, hot, like rain hits the hot concrete? The smell of that rain is, oh my god, it's so intoxicating. It smells so good. Oh my god! Oh my god, Val, hi! Oh, you just made me real happy. Hello, Val, how are you? Thank you for coming by. Oh my god, guys, look who's there. Oh my god, wait, give me a second. Oh my god, now that you're here, hold on. I wanted to do this. Where is it? Oh my god, where? There we go. Look at your new role, Val. I forgot to get, now that you're here, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. That's what I wanted to do. There you go. Also, guys, I really think you guys should support Val. She streams on YouTube. She's really great. She's really fun. She's lovely. She has a really nice, soothing voice. Like, you will love her content. She's a very lovable individual. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there for the world to hear. But yes, Val height. I'm currently playing as if I updated the category, I think I did. 14 Days with You, a yandere simulator. Simulator, visual novel. It's a yandere visual novel. Actually, really, to be fair, like, even though yes, this game is progressing really quickly because we're on day 2 and we already kissed the male lead, but for example, if I am right and he is hiding his identity, and this right here, this is what he looks like originally. If this is his actual look, please change back because you look so goddamn good. It's not even funny. Already? Well, yeah, I'm leaning into the role of the MC because the MC is dumb. She's dumb as rocks. Genuinely, she is dumb as rocks. So I'm leaning into it, and she's kissed him. Mind you, okay, so we know that he's a stalker. We know he's a bit cuckoo. And he offered on essentially the first day that we met. So obviously he knows us, but we first met him at our job at the library. And he comes up being like, "Oh, you have someone like who's like been breaking into your place? I can come stay at your place and protect you." So yeah, within the first couple hours of meeting this guy, he slept over. He slept in the same bed. Oh, hello! Hello! Welcome! Hi! How are you? How are you guys? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. But yeah, if this is what he, like, please, like, he's cute and all. Like, with his dyed pink hair and, like, blue tips, but, like, I'm feeling this way more. I'm feeling his like actual appearance. If this is him, actually, I'm feeling it a bit more. It has to be him because he has snake bites, same blue eyes. I see that neck tattoo. I think that's a neck tattoo at this point. I'm not too sure at this, like, actually, but if that's him, he is a hottie like this. Please. It's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe. Agreed. You're about to head to bed? Okay. Oh yeah, we're in the same time zone. So yeah, you be sure to. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you. After this, I'll be going on a little vacation, and stream will be back up from the 21st. Yeah. I didn't even notice that I had brought my new plushie into my bedroom, but I bring it closer to my side and bury my face in all of its fluffiness. You too? Yes! Are you going to travel too? I hope you have a safe journey and I hope you enjoy your time. The faintest hint of cherry and mint emits from the toy and makes my mind drift to the thoughts of that strange pink-haired man once more. He was still as odd as usual, but some parts of him were starting to feel rather endearing. Until the end of the ooh, I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you have a great time. I noticed how he was no longer stuttering as much or acting as shyly, and it made me wonder if you were getting closer. Now that I really thought about it, how did I feel about Ren? You like him? I think he's kind of creepy. So you kiss him, and at the end of the day, you know what? No, we like him. Okay, so maybe I did find him rather endearing and attractive. We are crushing on him. We've come this far. We're not gonna call him creepy. Like, is he? Low-key, yeah. But yeah, I agree with Rex. Get some good food. Ren was very considerate and attentive towards me during our date, and I could see myself wanting to go on another date in the near future. He certainly had boyfriend potential, but I still needed to work up the nerve to make it lead towards that direction. He seemed far too hesitant to do it himself, but it would have been nice to see him put more effort into it as well. Oh well, just knowing Ren wanted to spend the entire day with me is enough. Rolling onto my side, I hug the plushie closer so I can be surrounded by his comforting scent and slowly drift off to sleep. Day 2 is over! Almost like clockwork, my body reacts to the all too familiar sounds of birds chirping outside my window, and it pulls me from the depths of dreamland. Groggily, I roll onto my side and reach for my phone on the nightstand. I briefly get flashbanged from the brightness of my screen before squinting my eyes to make out the time. Glancing at the clock, I realize that I somehow managed to wake up an hour earlier than usual, and that I'd received a few messages from Moth at some point last night. I think Moth was our online friend. Opening them up, I casually begin to skim through them. Tell me you've seen the newest Attack on Giant theories. Yes, the anime that our character watches is Attack on Giant for the people who were not here before. Big, fat, massive spoiler alert. Haruko lives? Our boy really survived that massive blast from that sorcerer. Look at these pics. You can clearly see part of his outfit in one of them. He's clearly still alive. By the way, let me know when you're awake so I can tell you about something super important. Anyway, back to my Haruko theory that I came up with and definitely did not steal from some forum online. In this 329-page essay, girl, buddy, what? There still seemed to be quite a few more lengthy messages from Moth underneath, but I figured I got the overall gist of things already. In fact, after looking at all these messages, I was beginning to think that Moth didn't really have anything else to talk about. Didn't have anyone else to talk to about Attack on Giants, which didn't really surprise me. They weren't exactly the best at opening up and getting to know others, let alone with strangers online, so it was a wonder how we managed to become friends in the first place. Back then, we were both new fans who wanted to fawn over Attack on Giants on some online forum, yet we somehow crossed paths and clicked immediately. And even now, the franchise is still insanely popular with the anime community, garnering many views. Where did I see that? Many fans who love to discuss episode theories with others online. Yet, Moth always seemed to come to me before anyone else, and for that, I was grateful. I honestly didn't mind in the slightest, and I also got to gush to them about my hyperfixations in return. But man, I just wished our time zones would be more lenient. I always managed to catch Moth as soon as I'm going to bed, and they always seem to message me while I'm halfway through my sleep cycle. Well, there was no use in thinking too much about it. Putting those thoughts aside for now, I decide to spend the rest of my morning going through the rest of Moth's messages instead, and even sending back a few theories of my own before getting ready for work. But before I begrudgingly leave the warmth and comfiness of my bed in favor of making breakfast, I make sure to give my new Haruko plushie a squeeze and a pat on the head. With a full stomach and a slight bounce in my step, I casually make my way towards the Corland Bay Library. Even from here, I could make out Eleanor's fancy welcome message written on the chalkboard sign, and from the looks of the parking situation outside, it didn't seem that busy, yet. What captures my interest, however, is a black sports motorbike propped up in one of the parking lots. Spots? Can't read. I can make out a ton of small anime decals on the tank, but what really catches my attention were the always with you stickers. Whoever owned that bike must be a fan of the webcomic, and it made me want to be their friend because of it. Because as unfortunate as it is, the only person I had to talk to about this was Moth. But it made a lot of sense considering how Always With You was only published recently and the fandom was still so small. Not many people were aware of its existence, but that was slowly starting to change. Physical copies of the webcomic were starting to appear in stores, and despite many attempts, I had yet to get my hands on one. Oh well, maybe one day. Now wasn't the time to be dwelling on these things. I would have been late for work if I stayed in my head any longer. Not wasting any more time, I quickly speed up the stairs and enter the library. But I barely make it 3 feet inside before a mess of blonde hair enters my field of view and almost knocks me over. Okay, so Eleanor's alive, man. I thought she died. I thought Ren got her, to be honest. Yuri, there you are. Quick, I need your help. Eleanor's anxious demeanor catches me off guard, and I immediately do a sweep of the library for anything out of place. But I'm hardly given any time to take in my surroundings before Eleanor reaches for my arm and all but drags me behind the reception counter and towards a mountain of paperwork. Stacks upon stacks of books, files, newspapers, and manila folders cover the entire expanse of their desk. And, for the briefest moment, it almost resembled a messy archive repository rather than her workstation. What's all this? This was supposed to be sorted out yesterday. I swear I did it already. In fact, I know I did. I remember leaving it all in Conan's office before I left work yesterday, so you can imagine my surprise when I saw it back on my desk this morning. Eleanor seems genuinely concerned, especially with how she's flitting about and pacing back and forth in front of me. Girl, I don't know. It looks to me like you slacked off a tiny bit. A teeny tiny bit. Teeny tiny bit. It was almost like she'd seen a ghost, and if I didn't know any better, I honestly would have believed it. Please help me. If Conan finds out I somehow messed up again, I don't know what'll happen. Hey, don't worry, I'll help. And I doubt Conan will get mad. You know how he is. I suppose you're right. Her shoulder seems to visibly— I said that correctly, why did I hesitate? To visibly relax at my words, and she slumps into her chair with a heavy sigh. Thank you so much, Yuri. Do you think you can manage the stack of books? I'll handle all of the files. Without missing a beat, lest our boss magically appears somewhere behind us, we immediately get to work. Time flies by quickly when I have my chatty co-worker to keep me company. She fills me in on how the freak storm caught everyone off guard and how some of the patrons shared the same idea of seeking refuge within the library as well. Apparently, Eleanor was the only one around to keep an eye on things, and from the sounds of it, she seemed to take on the leadership role like a pro. Still, discussing her whereabouts had me thinking, that reminds me, where did you go the other day? The other day? What do you mean? You remember Ren, the pink-haired guy? Oh, lover boy. Yeah, him. I mean, you're right, to be honest. You're very, very accurate. After we had that conversation with Ren, I never saw you afterwards. Oh, let me think. I watch as she inclines her head to the side to think, and all too quickly she snaps her fingers and gives me an affirmative nod. Oh, that's right. Well, this is a bit embarrassing, but I ended up going home early. I must have accidentally bumped into something while cleaning the stockroom the other day, and before I knew it, one of the shelves came tumbling down on me. Ren did that, didn't he? Oh, he absolutely did that. Oh, sweet Jesus, Eleanor. It wasn't until a little while later when Conan found me and pulled me out. You knocked over an entire shelf? Miss Cruston. Knowing I was only teasing, Eleanor sends me a sheepish smile. Smile. And bows her head to hide her reddening cheeks. But now that I think about it, the shelves in the stockroom had always seemed relatively stable to me. My coworker wasn't known for her strength, so it didn't make much sense for it to topple over that easily. But thankfully, Eleanor elaborates more, almost as if she could hear the gears in my head working overtime. Well, I suppose it was a tad bit odd. I mean, I've worked in this library for more than 5 years now, and not once have I heard so much as a creak from these shelves. Wow, my tongue is tongue-tying. I'll probably play till like 2, so like we'll have like 3 hours in the stream. 35 minutes. No, well, we'll wait. We'll see till we get 3 hours, and then we'll continue. We'll continue when I'm back. It does seem strange, yeah. Well, I have no doubts Conan will be installing new storage shelves soon. Oh, speaking of, did you notice the new awnings outside the library? I suppose that sudden storm from yesterday had something to do with it. In fact, oh, perhaps you saw it on the news already. Some poor woman was found. Our conversation gets cut short as I watch Eleanor's attention drift behind me and towards the flashing red light above one of the shelves. Beauty calls, I guess. As soon as she stands, I shoot her an appreciative smile, which she returns with an apologetic one of her own and meanders her way towards the aisle. Now left to my own devices, I go back to sorting through the books and putting them in separate piles. I manage to get a solid 10 minutes to myself before the sudden sense of unease creeps up on me. It feels as though someone was watching me, so I took a curious sweep across the vicinity to try and locate the source. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary. People were studying, others were quietly typing away at computers, and I could even spot the back of Eleanor's head from her spot near the fantasy yeah, y'all can read. Fucking hell, man. I'm like stuttering today. I'm turning into Run. I'm literally Run. Have a chicken? Oh my god, what? She's playing with the baby chicks? That's so cute. That sounds adorable. Hold up. Oh my god, Nugget. Oh, she sounds like such a... Oh, my heart. She sounds like the biggest sweetheart. Oh my god. Nothing was out of place yet. That unnerving feeling of having eyes on the back of my head still lingered. In fact, now that I thought about it, it was eerily similar to the feeling I got when I was walking home a few days ago. Violet's words about someone breaking into my apartment echo in my mind before it all suddenly dawns upon me. The supposed person watching me. Could it somehow be linked? No, definitely not. Shaking my head, I try to dismiss those unsettling thoughts before they start to develop into something more sinister. Girl, I think you need to be thinking sinister in this case, because if someone tried to break into your apartment, or actually did succeed breaking into your apartment, and you feel like you're being watched and followed, I think you should dig very deep into that for your own health and safety. But alas, MC is a bit slow. That's okay. She is, unless she's hungry. Oh, how is she when she's hungry? Does she just like peck at you until you feed her? There was no one watching me. After all, there was hardly anything impressive about me to warrant a stalker in the first place. I don't know about that, girl. I was as plain as they come, and if some loser really did break into my house, they left empty-handed. That alone clearly proved that I don't own anything worth stealing, except maybe my limited edition Attack on Giant figurines. But even then, I remember thoroughly inspecting my entire apartment once I got home. Nothing was out of place, nor looked like it had been touched. Everything was as I left it that morning. Yet it still didn't explain why I was feeling this way. Fear and apprehension seemed to overwhelm my senses so much that my mind barely registers the sound of something rustling, and I looked down to see that I had been worrying the paper in my hands for the past few minutes. Have I been stressing out that badly? Jeez. I really was letting all this paranoia get the best of me. Shaking my head once more, I decided it's best not to let those thoughts fester and grow into something far bigger than it should be. You really should. Like, as in, please actually try to figure out what's going on. No one broke into my apartment, and no one was watching me right now. I was making a mountain out of a molehill, and nothing was going to scare me. Hello? Whoa. Instead of some creepy stalker dressed in black, I was met with blonde hair and expensive-looking clothing. She's pretty. Was this person I felt watching me? It was difficult to make out her words over the loud, rapid sounds of my heartbeat. So I try my best to calm down before speaking or responding. Sorry, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome to the Corlin Bay Library. Can I help you with anything? I hope I sounded professional enough, though I'm still sure there was still a lingering sense of fear in my words and a facial expression to match. but it starts to dissipate as I take in the woman's appearance. Her green eyes seem oddly familiar to me, but what gives it all away is how the woman slightly inclines her head to the side as she looks over me with concern. Surely not. Was that... I don't suppose. Are you Kiara? Eleanor's told me all about you. In the flesh. I'm actually here to visit my darling sister, would you believe? But now you've piqued my interest, have I? Okay, MC out here being like, I am plain as they come, but like literally everyone loves you. Everyone you interact loves you. So are you truly as plain as they come? You are not the average person. She shoots me a harmless wink and rests her hand atop the reception counter. Wow, even the clang of her jewelry sounds expensive, and I can't help but look at her in awe. Tell me, what else has Nori said about me? She really, really admires you. Oh, really? When did she say that? It would have been nice to hear it coming from her. Ah well, I'm sure you're well aware of how shy little Nori can be sometimes. Here she goes. They look similar. Like, I can see the resemblance, but there's just like more of a softness to Eleanor. As if summoning Eleanor herself, she emerges from somewhere behind me and joins us at the front desk. Kiara, what are you doing here? There she is. What? Am I not allowed to see my little sis? I'm at work right now. You could have texted me in advance. But I wanted to surprise you. And look, I come bearing gifts. At that, Kiara places down a few bags branded with high-end prints and designer logos. Sorry, darling. If I knew I'd be meeting you here, I would have brought extra. But I'm sure there's something for you in one of the bags as well. Pick whatever Eleanor doesn't want. I genuinely wish I was rich enough to say something like that. Girl, you and me both. You and me both. The sisters seem fully engrossed in each other's presence, so I leave them alone so that they can have their moment to catch up. After all, I didn't know how long it had been since Eleanor and Kiara had seen each other, and the mountain of work in front of me wasn't going to sort itself out in the meantime. But before I can silently slip away and sit back down, a tattooed arm boxes me in and commands my attention. I'm poor as hell. I feel you, but I try to look on the bright side and say that, you know, it can only go up from here. I will continue to garner abundance and wealth, reeling it in, and I'm sure you will too. And for the second time today, the expensive smell of wealth and luxury floods my senses. Only this time, oh my god, is it Tio? Oh, this bitch ass. Oh my god, get out of my face. Dang, who are they? Seemingly out of nowhere, Tio appears with that familiar smirk on his face and an unbothered drawl in his voice. Tone. He absolutely shameless. Man, what is wrong with me? He's absolutely shameless with how his eyes take in both of the sisters' appearances before he's leaning more of his weight onto his arm and shooting me an expectant look. Tio, you're fucking making me fuck up in reading. I need you to leave. Don't even think about it, Tio. Trust me, you don't want to know what I'm thinking about right now. You're disgusting. You disgust me. Run, kill him. Given how he leans ever closer to my side with a sultry grin, I end up believing his words. After all, I wouldn't put it past Tio to think up multiple ways to cause a scene in his free time. Not jealous, are you? I couldn't give a rat's ass about you, dude. I thought you were hot for a hot second, until you opened your mouth. Why would you even... Whether or not it was my sudden outburst that captures their attention, Eleanor and Kiara finally seem to notice us. And I thank my lucky stars for a chance to escape this conversation. I need pocket sand? I do need. Tio, look what you're making me do. Giving me a sore throat. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab some water. I got my water. I got my water. Water. Got my water. Got my water. Perhaps I could sneak off to the employees lounge while everyone is busy talking. I'm sure. Work here too? I've got a few things here that you should check out. Ugh. Despite my disgust at Tia's blatant flirting, Eleanor seems to be eating it up with a slight blush on her cheeks. Of fucking course Eleanor does. I think Kiara probably has a lot more common sense, hopefully. Oh, actually I'm just visiting. I don't work here, but little Nori over here does. I'm sure she can help you out. Despite her friendly tone, Kiara seems to be passively shutting down Tio's attempts at flirting and redirecting it towards Eleanor instead. Maybe Eleanor can fix him. Here's to hoping. Yet Tio doesn't seem to be picking up on it, instead choosing to lean a little more against the counter so that his muscles flex under his form-fitted shirt and crosses his ankles. You're not from here. You're not from around here, are you? I'd remember a face like yours. Oh my god. The name's Theodore, but by the way, but cuties like you can call me Tio. He makes me sick. Charming. I'm Kiara. And no, I'm only in town for a few weeks. I'm visiting some relatives and finding some inspiration before I head back home. Inspiration, huh? I could show you around. Well, aren't you fun? What about my baby sister? Huh? But I'm older than you. Come on, live a little, Nori. You always tell me how you're holed up at work all the time. I suppose, but this guy, I know, but I don't like him at all, Val. Oh my god. Get rid of him. Looks like you're in need of a bit of fun. I can help with that. Ugh. Have either of you been to the aquarium yet? It opened recently. Not yet, but I'll have to give your offer a pass, I'm afraid. Aquarium's not your style? You're not my style! Yup. Kiara, I like you. I knew I liked something about you. Oh, Kiara and I, one mind. Ouch. Despite the low blow to his ego, Tio didn't look the least bit offended. In fact, he seems to thrive off of it. But as if fate felt the urge to intervene, Kiara's phone suddenly goes off and startles everyone. Sorry, give me a second. I need to take this call. She slips away before any of us can have the chance to respond, and without missing a beat, Tio immediately takes her previous spot beside Eleanor. And what about you? Me? Don't see anyone else around, Princess. Oh my god. Oh, well, I mean, I think it'd be fun, but I suppose it would be a bit awkward if it's just you and me. Eleanor, say no! You heard her, doll. Don't look at me, bro. Bro. I will literally kick you where the sun does not shine. Do not try this with me. Oh my god. As if finally acknowledging my presence, Tio turns to me with an expecting look on his face. Why don't you tag along? I'll even see if Leon wants to join the fun. It'll be like a double date. I'm not dating Leon though. At that, Eleanor visibly seems to relax a bit. I spare a quick glance in her direction, and I can pick up on the barest hint of hope in her eyes. Wait, she wanted to go on a date with Tio? Eleanor, you have no taste in men. I don't know, Al. Oh, what? Got better things to do? Absolutely. Look, I'll pay for everything. I can even pick you up as well if you want. Sound good? Not that I'd ever openly admit it to Tio, but his offer was finally starting to sound tempting. I mean, free food and a free outing? It was too good to refuse, however. I feel bad. I'm gonna save because low-key, I feel bad because of Ren. But, you know, Eleanor seems like she really wants to go on this date, and I'd only be doing it for her. Leon, it wouldn't be a double date because Leon's a friend, but I think Leon may have feelings for MC. If you do, I got a stick of dynamite from my uncle. He do go to a prison. I'm sure. Thank you. I appreciate it, honestly. Honestly, I think I might take you up on that offer. Eleanor seems to brighten at that, and her smile just about makes it all worth it. Atta girl, knew you weren't gonna chicken out on us. Not on you, like not on Eleanor, but absolutely on you. And it's settled. Leon and I will meet you both here tomorrow after work. What time do you finish? Around. There you are, Yuri. I didn't realize you were busy. Finally, it was as if someone had heard my prayers this time. Conan emerges from somewhere behind me. What was up with that today? And offers me an escape from the current conversation. And without missing a beat, I turn towards my savior and spare him a thankful glance. I make sure to silently apologize to Eleanor as well, clearly uneasy with the thought of leaving her alone with Tio. But she seems all too happy with how she subtly shoos me away with a hand behind her back. Welcome, got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Sure, I can slip away for a moment. Do you need something? Just need an extra pair of hands to sort through some boxes. But if you're busy, I'll manage it by myself. It's fine, I could use a breather. Okay, so perhaps I didn't need to announce that so joyfully. With warm cheeks, I turn back towards Eleanor and Tio to send them one finally apologetic look. Did I say that correctly? One final apologetic look before following after Conan. Apologies for this. I didn't mean to steal you from your friends. No, you did great, Conan. Thank you. This happened to be sorting through all of the books a coworker managed to knock over this morning and making sure they were all in the correct category before putting them back into the cart. It felt eerily similar to what I had been previously doing with Eleanor, only this time there weren't any Tio-shaped annoyances to keep me company. But man, I swear, Conan had to be the only boss who'd be perfectly fine with their employees slacking off to talk with their friends instead. He hadn't said a word about Tio, and possibly Kiara too, depending on how long he'd been standing behind me, and seemed more than okay with us huddling around the reception desk. Deciding not to push my luck, I returned Conan's soft look with one of my own. It's fine, don't worry about it. I've been meaning to ask you something, actually. Has everything been alright with you? Nothing shady has been happening lately? Why do you ask? What do you mean? You haven't seen the news? Someone's body was found in the alleyway near your neighborhood. She was supposedly bludgeoned and beaten past the point of recognition. It's horrifying to think someone is capable of such crimes. I really want to know if it was that souvenir shop lady who was trying to flirt with Red. Admittedly, I've been worried for your safety as of late. You live by yourself, correct? Yeah, but I've recently had a friend stay with me. Now that I think about it, he's also been concerned for my safety. That's good, I'm glad. Listen, if something ever happens... Conan awkwardly glances over his shoulder before returning his gaze back to me. Nothing but sincerity stares back, and I find myself in a stunned silence. Here, it's my personal number. Oh, Conan, he seems like such a good boss. But due to the lack of clarification, I ended up sending him a confused look instead of thanking him. I know you've only recently moved back to Cornland Bay, but you've yet to put someone down as your emergency contact. I'm worried you won't have anyone to call in case something does happen. I want to make sure you're safe at all times. Oh, thank you, Conan. Of course. He gives my shoulder a gentle pat before resuming his original task. And he seems like such a genuine guy. It does not look like he has any, at least for the time being, it doesn't look like he has any ulterior motives doing this. The conversation falls back into an easy, comfortable silence, and I pocket his number before pouring all of my focus towards the books laid out in front of me. The rest of my shift passes by uneventfully, and at some point, Eleanor informs me that Kiara had to leave for a work-related matter and wouldn't be coming back for a few days. She'd even ask Eleanor to give me her number as well, alongside mentioning something about sharing more embarrassing stories about little Nori the next time we talk. Whatever that meant. It meant exactly what she said. What? That seemed pretty straightforward. Still, it was really nice to finally meet Eleanor's sister, and it was even kinder of her to gift me a fountain pen before she left. Or, at least I assumed it was Kiara. I found the expensive-looking box sitting on my desk once I returned, and I wasted no time in opening it up and examining the contents. The pen itself appeared to be made from extremely high-quality materials, and the cursive Y&R logo looked rather fancy underneath the light. The ink was a rich, deep red too, which I couldn't wait to use in my papers. I made a mental note to get something for Kiara as well before pocketing the pen next to Conan's number and packing up my belongings for the day. I feel like after this, Kiara and Conan are both in danger. Just a tiny bit. But as I'm slipping out of the library's back door, I notice a familiar broad backside, a patch of blonde hair, and a bright red patterned shirt standing near the alleyway's entrance. Who? Oh, fuck, those three. As if sensing my presence, Leon turns around and greets me with one of his familiar warm smiles. "Good day, Darl. Been a while." He sends me a toothy grin before making space for me within the group. Eleanor greets me with a delicate wave, and Tio looks moderately annoyed as usual. Tio was introducing me to Eleanor and yarning on about this little outing he has planned. Hey, how come you never told me you've never been to the aquarium before? Makes sense, though. I reckon it was built a bit after you left the bay, right? So I doubt you had time to check it out. Pretty much. Most of my free time has been taken up with moving and packing boxes. I couldn't help but find myself agreeing with his words. It was crazy how Leon seemed to know me so well, even though we hadn't the chance to speak to each other like this in a while. We hadn't had the chance. But I'm curious to see what it's like. What about you, Nori? I couldn't help but let Kiara's nickname for her slip. Oh yeah, yes, I'm the same. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've never been to an aquarium before, so this should be fun. Well, here's hoping the weather will be more lenient tomorrow. It was pouring buckets yesterday, wasn't it? Did you make it home alright, Sunfish? All of a sudden, that eerie feeling comes back, and I resist the urge to turn around and look behind me. I only now notice that I have had my back to the dark alleyway this entire time. I think my brain likes to come up with synonyms for words, even though like it's literally right there. Like, why is my brain trying to fill in blanks when there's no blanks to fill? Yuri? Sorry, what was that? You alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. I watch as Leon looks behind me before glancing at Tio and Eleanor for what seems like reassurance. Ah, no, it's nothing. I guess I've had a long day at work. I get it. Feeling tired? Should head home then. Please, don't let us keep you longer than we should. Want me to drop you off? Car's out front. As much as I appreciated everyone's concern, I honestly wanted to be left alone right now to clear my head. And going on a walk would surely do me wonders. I don't know about that, honestly. This is the one time, like, Tio is offering something good. Like, he seems concerned. Besides, it was still somewhat bright out, and there were people around, so I had no reason to worry about my non-existent stalker. I also heard that some new merchandise arrived at the local manga store, which I had been meaning to check out, so that would surely help to get my minds off things. It was along my route home anyways. What harm could possibly come out of a quick detour? At that thought, I quickly placate? Oh my god, English man! Let me just quickly... Because I know what it means. Placate. Okay, so I did say it correctly the first time. I quickly placate everyone's concern before bidding my goodbyes and heading off home down the street. It wasn't until I got far enough from the library that the eerie feeling started to dissipate. The nostalgic smell of comic books and plastic greets me as I enter the all-too-familiar manga store and immediately beeline my way towards the anime aisle. I actually went to like a local manga store recently. I ended up picking two of my favorite manga, even though I've like read all of it. I want to like at some point have a shelf just full of manga books. And I got the volume 1 of Horimiya and the volume 1 of Nana. I think it was like either the 20th or the 25th anniversary like cover of it, but I got that because Nana, I love Nana. It's just a shame that it's probably never gonna be finished because, and I wish the mangaka well. They've just been chronically ill and they've not been able to finish it, and it stopped at such like a bittersweet point. I think, like, to be fair, it didn't stop at like a bad point either. I guess it was just really abrupt. I was set on collecting the last remaining accessories for my mini Attack on Giants display, and I wasn't about to let my paranoia get in the way of that. Oh my god, I love both Nanas. Like, I think like I'm, like, in terms of like clothing, I'm definitely leaning more towards Hachi. Oh my god, Val, will you be the Nana to my Nana? Man, that I haven't bought physical manga. Oh, like I really typically read stuff online. Like that's what I do. I prefer reading online, but again, I want something physical. I want something like really like I want to collect figurines as well. To be fair, I collect a lot of blind boxes. My favorite blind boxes are Lucky Emmas and Skull Pandas. I only have one Skull Panda though. I want to collect more. And then I think one of my friends gave me a Sonny Angel for my birthday, which I love. And like my friends know I love blind boxes, so they constantly get me blind boxes, which I get so excited. I love blind boxes. I love blind boxes. And I do have a Miku figurine that I got. I have one Miku figurine, but I want to collect more. I just want to collect more things, but I need to first have the space and the shelf space. I can't imagine like the struggle of like moving though, because I don't plan on staying in Germany forever. So like having things being transported via air, like all my important stuff, just seems super scary. Oh my god. Oh, I want to see your collection sometime. But I would love to collect more. I love Miku. But like, oh my god. Back in the when I was younger, when I was essentially like a young teenager, I had the fattest crush on Len. And I didn't like Rin, even though technically it's not that they were even siblings. They're mirror images of each other, essentially. They're like one and the same thing, just mirror images. Like Len is like left, Rin is right. I think I just really hated the songs that like made them romantically inclined towards each other, because I'm like, this just feels really Sweet Home Alabama. But like they had good music, that's like the problem. They just loved shipping those two together. But I was passing through a few aisles. Did I say that correctly? But as I was passing through a few of the aisles, I noticed a familiar shade of pink near the cashier. Is that Bren? Ain't no fucking. He looks. Not gonna lie, he genuinely looks so hot just being like that. He looks 10 times better in my books. Oh my god. Oh my god. Even though he was wearing a mask and had his hair tied back, I could easily pick out his large and lanky frame anywhere. Is that a tattoo in the middle of his neck? Did he get a new tattoo? What is that? Sad lore time. 2 years ago, I lost most of the use of my left hand, lost my job, lost my— Oh! I'm so sorry to hear that. I can imagine. I can imagine though. I'm so sorry. Was way too much. Well, I hope with time, if you ever want to, I hope you're able to build up a collection again. Sneaking closer, I notice how he appears to be in a hushed conversation with the manager about something confidential, if their closeness was anything to go by, before he places a thick manila envelope into her hands and leans back. Oh, I wonder what's inside. Was Ren trading in some old manga? Oh, what if it's Attack on Giants? Though if it is AOG, then I'm not really sure why he'd want to trade them in. With how popular the franchise is currently, there isn't much of a high demand. If anything, there's too much consumable media being produced right now. Everywhere I go, all I see is Haruko, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And speaking of my beloved Haruko, now that I got a better look at Ren, isn't that the limited edition spring Haruko hoodie? I thought they weren't selling them anymore. But just as I'm about to make myself known to ask questions, Ren is already turning on his heel and slipping behind the large racks filled with cosplays and gaming-themed apparel. His height does him no favors though, as I watch his head peek out from the top while he bobs and weaves his way through the side entrance. At that very moment, my phone decides to jump scare me by suddenly going off, and it startles me enough to temporarily forget about Ren. Letting out a string of curses, I reach into my bag and pull it out, only to see Moth's name flash on the screen. Scrin? Scrin? I think it's because I read Grin at the same time on the screen. With a grin, I accept the video call and hold the phone up to my face. Hey, listen, now isn't really a good time to talk, but... Oh, that's Moth! Look at them! Oh no, that's terrible. Get well soon, or sorry for your loss, or whatever. Anyway, listen, Moth. Moth, that is not a way to go. What if I was at a funeral? Guess who won an all-paid holiday trip overseas? Can I have that luck, please? Me, that's who. It's been a while since I'd last seen Moth's face, but they appear just as boisterous as I remember them. And for free, too. I mean, okay, yeah, I still need to pay for food and stuff, but... Hey, where are you? I'm in a manga store. Hold on. Can we backtrack for a second? You got free tickets to where? Is that a Haruko figurine? Can you get it for me? Please, 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 please. Oh my god, Moth. Moth, I think you need to sit down. Moth, I'll pay you back. Promise. I'll pay for shipping too. It's so cute. Look at his little outfit. Look at his tiny little jacket and tiny little shoes. With an eye roll, I reach behind for the figurine, but not before picking up the accessories I originally came in for and slowly make my way towards the cash register. Once Moth's hoots and hollers calm down, I gently try to coax them back onto the original topic. Oh right, you asked where I'm going. Well, it's actually a surprise. Seriously? A good surprise though. Hey, you're still in correlate. For a brief moment, the screen starts to lag and a loading symbol pops up. Moth? Oh, so I think like they'll be, oh my god, my apologies. They'll be coming to, they'll be staying with us. Oh, that's nice. Because I don't think our character has met them in person yet. That's another person that's gonna be dying. They're dead. Because, Ren ain't gonna like that. Ren does not, because, okay, who do we have? Ren killed the souvenir lady already because he was getting too close. He tried to kill Eleanor because he pushed a shelf onto her. He'll probably kill Tio and Leon and Jay because we're friends with them. Violet, our neighbor, because we're friends with our neighbor. Conan, our boss, who has given us his number because he wants to make sure we're safe and wants us to use his number as essentially emergency contact. Kiara, which is Eleanor's sister. Now we have Moth, who is our online friend. At some point, we're not gonna have anyone because Ren is gonna kill people back to back to back. Time to kill the killer, but Ren's cute though. Like he's cute. I like that. I like when he's not trying to pretend to be Haruko. I need him to be himself. He seems like such a jaded individual, and I'm kind of into that. Their voice cuts in and out, giving an almost robotic effect before the screen eventually fades to black. With a heavy sigh, I end the call and shoot Moth a text to let them know that they got disconnected yet again. But as I absent-mindedly look out the window, I notice the blurry outline of Ren's figure sitting on a bench outside, busying himself with what looked like a phone in his hands. He did that, didn't he? Next! The cashier's voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I quickly pay for my purchases, all while sparing not-so-secretive glances at Ren from beyond the shop window to make sure that he's still there. It was strange, but I couldn't help but hope I'd get a chance to catch up with him on my way out. Dang it, you're at this rate, the human population... I mean, Ren and I can build that back up. We can build it up. Just kidding, just kidding. I think I don't like the yandere side of him. I've just not like been a big fan of yanderes, and I'm just not a big fan of it in general. That's more than a purge. That is more than just a purge. Like, for example, I watched Future Diary as a kid, mind you. Like, I was a kid when it came out. I read the manga in 2 days. I read it all, and I sat there confused as hell. My favorite character was the white-haired character, and we all know what happens to white-haired characters. They die. I was not a fan of Yuno because I thought Yuno was she was just way too much. And I understand yanderes they are supposed to be very much. And I thought Yuki, I did not like his initial character, and I did not like the character he became in his like little arc. There are a lot of characters that were irredeemable to me, to be honest, or I just couldn't vibe with, and I just don't vibe with yanderes. I don't know why, but I like yandere like visual novels because I want to see the way each person kind of depicts a yandere is very like it's the overall, like there is an umbrella to it, so like there's a general theme and consensus that people lean into, but everyone has their own twist and take to how a yandere would act, and I'm just really curious on to see how like they portray it. I went on a little like a little rant, but essentially from what I'm seeing, I kind of like what Ren's actual personality is supposed to be, and I really want to see how he is as a person when he's not pretending to be this cute sweet guy. Okay, this is true. It was strange to feel safe in the presence of someone I barely knew, but a part of me wanted to keep running around on the off chance that my non-existent stalker showed their ugly head. Honey, let me tell you that your non-existent stalker and Ren, they're the same people. Same person. The cashier pulls my attention away by handing me a bag and receipt, and I give them my thanks before making a beeline towards the exit. But just as the door swings open, I notice that Ren had already left. He was no longer on the bench where I last saw him, and I couldn't spot him on either end of the street either. It was like he was never there in the first place, and I must find myself wondering if I had imagined the whole thing. Nah, that hot dude, that was Ren. It was a shame though. I really wanted to see him and his charming smile again. But Cortland Bay isn't that big of a coastal town in retrospect, so I'm sure we were bound to run into each other again sooner or later. Why don't you text him if you want to see him, though? You have his number. I mean, I literally met Ren at my own workplace because we shared a few common interests in books. His just happened to be about native flora. That kind of stuff wasn't something either of us could control, and I was most likely looking too deep into it. Still, it felt strange all the time. Oh well. There was no use dwelling over it. I was bound to run into Ren again at some point, regardless if I had a way to contact him or not. You have his number! It was beginning to get dark once I arrived back at my apartment, so I quickly ushered my way up the staircase and onto my floor. But as I was making the long trek up the stairs, I bumped into someone lingering around the corner and almost lose my footing. Bo? What is this, Bo and Belle? There, right before my eyes, is my landlord, Bo. Oh! The useless landlord! But the other person by his side is a complete stranger to me. Good evening, Yuri. Finished with the day? You! There you are! Have you been getting my complaints? Complaints? Huh? What is she talking about? I don't believe either of you have met yet. Shall I introduce the two of you? Was he seriously trying to divert the conversation right now? Yuri, I want you to meet my daughter. This is my pride and joy, Haruko. It's Haruka. This bitch doesn't even know his daughter's name. Oh my days. Oh, don't piss me off. Yes. You mean like the protagonist from Attack on Giants? Unfortunately. Your father seriously named you after an anime character? Yeah, so maybe he's a tad bit obsessed with the anime. That's why he wears those stupid clips and painted his nails pink. The blue rhinestones were my addition though. But if you think being called Haruka is embarrassing enough, my younger sister was named after his favorite character of all time, Ren. Haruko's arch nemesis? You can't be serious. Wait, no, we're getting off topic again. Bo, did you or did you not get my complaints? Come again? He looks up from his phone and spears a meager glance in my direction. Sorry, Yuri, I've been so distracted lately. You see, I've always had an interest in renovating old buildings. In fact, I recently bought yet another apartment complex in New Salvas for this very purpose. You bought an apartment, but you are not caring about the apartment you're currently like being a landlord of. The elevator's fucked. Someone had tried to break into my apartment. Have you fixed the locks, my dude? I suppose that makes it 28 buildings right now. So this man is rich and just does not give a fuck is essentially what he's saying. My adorable little, isn't that right? I can't speak. This bitch. Anyways, yeah. I'm a grown adult, don't call me that. Oh, but you'll always be my sweet baby princess. It's like I'm not even here. But as soon as Bo reaches out to pinch one of Haruko's cheek in an affectionate manner, I take a moment to fully absorb their conversation. So my landlord bought yet another building, huh? Well, that probably explains why he hardly ever bothers to take care of this apartment. Well, whatever. I didn't have time for this, or their mushy tender moment. Without another word, I quietly excuse myself from the conversation and make my way home. Not bothering to turn on the light, I toss my keys into the tray, shrug off my jacket, and unceremoniously drop myself onto the couch. Today had been a whirlwind of events and emotions, and the worst part was that it still hadn't ended yet. I still had an hour or so left before I considered any dinner plans, so I figure I might as well spend the evening winding down in the Anyways, I feel like at some point I'm just gonna pause. Like if I read something incorrectly, I'm just skipping that whole sentence. All too quickly, an idea pops into my head and I reach over to grab my phone. Yes! Invite someone over. Figuring it'd be best to catch up with someone instead of stewing in my apartment alone, I pull up my contact list and idly scroll through it. Conan's number immediately captures my attention, being the newest addition to my contacts and sitting near the top of the list, before my curiosity begins to stray once more. Without so much as hesitating, I tap on that person's number and bring the phone close to my ear. Guys, we have to, right? We kind of have to. Like, we kind of have to, right? This account has been terminated. Whose account was this? Wait, I need to see. Which one is Violet? I think Violet... Oh, this one. So her apartment is here, so that we live here too. So we can feel like affectionate. It looks like we can feel like affectionate bars with people. Like we can fill up bars. Let's invite Ren. Oh, I don't remember scrolling all the way down to view his contact details. Nevertheless, I find myself tapping on Ren's name and bring the phone closer to my ear. It picks up almost immediately, and I can practically feel the excitement and moe flowers expel from the screen and hit me in the face. And before I know it, Ren is agreeing to come over as soon as he can, so I quickly turn the lights back on, clean the place up a bit, and anticipate his arrival. You need to check on your laundry? Alright, take care. I don't know. I might not be streaming, like, long after this. So if by the time you get back I'm not streaming anymore, I want to thank you for stopping by. And, by the way, let me post this for anyone who wants to join. I do have a Discord server if people aren't a part of that yet. I am semi-active on it. So feel free to join. Thank you for coming by, if I'm not streaming by this time anymore, and I'll see you when I'm back on the 21st. You take care. Take care. Barely 10 minutes passed before I heard a loud knocking at my front door. Almost immediately, I leap to my feet and unlock it with a smile. Ren, hey, come on in. I see not much has changed since the last time I was here. I also brought some takeout with me, if that's fine, if that's okay. I figured you hadn't had a chance to eat yet. Whoa, how'd you know? It's like you can read minds or something. He probably has cameras set up in this place, or he probably knows my routine now, so not surprised. Not surprised, innit? Barely registering the look on his face, I gently coax Ren into my living room. He makes himself at home on my couch, and I bring a few utensils from my kitchen for the food he so kindly brought. Oh, by the way, were you at the mango store earlier today? I thought I saw you there. Yeah, I know you did. I mean, because I saw you as well after I left. I noticed you through the window. Well, that seemed to confirm my thoughts about Ren sitting outside the store. Tapping my fork into the food, I take a bite and let out a pleased hum from all the delicious flavors dancing on my tongue. Oh, rhyme. Really? You should have said hi. I thought about it, but you seemed really focused on something. And then you got a call, so... Ah, yeah, that was my friend Moth. Oh, that reminds me, Ren? At that, his full attention is immediately on me, takeout long forgotten as the taller male moves in his seat to face me. I remember you saying that you liked Attack on Giants too, right? I could introduce you guys. They're a diehard fan for the anime, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Oh, Moth is the one who's interested? Almost shyly, he turns his head away and meekly scratches at his jaw. I don't mind, but I wasn't expecting Ren to be so hesitant, and I suddenly felt bad for springing this all onto him without considering how he might feel as well. Hey, no need to force yourself. If you don't want to, that's okay. I just thought it'd be nice to let them have someone else to talk to, you know? Moth has trouble making friends, and most of the time they're only talking to me. Yeah, that's too bad. sends me a sad look coupled with a frown before returning to the plate of food before him. Although I was thinking about Moth, I really didn't want to force Ren into befriending someone if he didn't want to. Besides, maybe he has trouble forming friendships too? It was a little difficult trying to keep up with the sudden personality shifts, but at this point in our friendship, I was starting to get used to it. Deciding to lift the mood a little, I tried to change the subject to something more lighthearted. So, the rats, huh? Really, Yuri? That was the first thing you could think of? How's that any less awkward than what we were currently... Actually, I didn't want to say anything, but I think I saw one on my way up here. It probably made itself a home in that busted elevator shaft. Seriously? What do you... Wait, do you think you could come with me and explain it to my landlord? I swear that your landlord isn't doing anything about it. No! I collapsed onto the sofa with a dramatic sigh. Oh, okay, so our landlord has been added to the list. He's gonna die. I honestly don't know what they're doing, if I'm being honest. I've sent so many complaints, but haven't received a reply for any of them. Really? Have you considered just moving? Quite a few times, actually, but the location's nice. It was overwhelming at first, but honestly, I think the low rent and location are the only things stopping me from considering other places to live. I see. Then it's not so bad here after all, right? I mean, as long as there's no creep trying to break in and steal all your laundry or something. You got a point there. I think I'd take the rats over a laundry stealing intruder any day, but now that I think about it, who would want to break in just to steal dirty clothes? While I'm sure Ren only meant it as a joke, it was oddly specific. Oh, okay. Ren, you're a pervert. You're a panty-stealing pervert. I just figured that's what normal creep behavior would be. You have a great sense of fashion, and I see your TV is still here, so... Yeah, I guess it would be difficult to lug that down a staircase. They probably should have asked the rats for help. Again, with the rats? I couldn't help but let out a laugh at his corny inside joke. Wait, since when did we have our own inside jokes? Now that I really thought about it, the banter I shared with Ren seemed very easygoing as of late, despite how serious the topics were supposed to be. I'd been worrying all day about the supposed stalker, yet here I was, casually brushing it off as a carefree joke. Still, is everything alright in your neighborhood? I've heard about the murders going on recently. Bro, they were you! It's you! You liar! Well, no one I know has gone missing, so I suppose that's good, right? I won't lie though, it is kind of scary knowing that there's a killer out there. Yeah, I suppose so. But are you really okay with staying here alone? Doesn't that scare you? I'm sure I'll be fine. I've got my neighbor Violet, and if it's really necessary, I'm sure I could stay with Leon for a while and... Say, you could always stay with me instead. I rent an apartment not far from here. You're always welcome to stay, especially if it's an emergency. I'd sleep better knowing you're safe. And I always carry a spare keycard with me anyway. If you'd like, you can hold on to it in case some... I appreciate the effort, Ren, but I can't accept that. It's fine. Besides, you said yourself that living here can get overwhelming. If this can help you in any way... I don't know. Keep it, just in case. I mean, you never know. What if that creep breaks into your apartment again? If that happens, you'd be safer at my place. Like I said, it's not far from here. The lobby is full of security, and they won't let anyone upstairs without proper clearance. Plus, I don't have rats. I won't lie, Ren's offer honestly was tempting. The idea of having somewhere to go in case things got bad was a comforting thought, but something just didn't sit right with me. I know I've been spending a lot of time with Ren recently, but I still wasn't that familiar with him. And sure, I might have developed a bit of a crush on the tall guy, but I wasn't going to be swayed by my feelings. Still, the offer was tempting, and it wasn't like he was asking me to move in with him or anything. That I thought about it, Ren was the one giving me access to his home. It wasn't like I was the one in danger here. He was trusting me enough not to be some kind of crazed killer, much like the one on the news. Have I ever thought that he's the crazed killer? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I can't help but crack a small smile, at the somewhat morbid thought, and Ren seems to take it as a positive sign. But before I can dwell on it any longer, I watch as he leans over to reach into his back pocket and pulls out something that resembles a plastic card. Ren wastes no time handing it to me, and I take a moment to look it over. His address and unit number are neatly printed at the top, and some kind of obscure barcode is on the bottom. However, the apartment name and logo in the top right are really what captures my attention. Sunshine Hills? He lived in the nicer parts of Cortland Bay? There's only one Sunshine Hills that I was familiar with, and they were known for their high-rise apartments and fancy penthouse. Oh, he's rich! Oh, he's rich. Ren, actually, I may say that I think it's okay with what you do. You're giving me the good life, you know? Soft girl life, soft baby girl life. I'll take it. I'm sure Ren never had to worry about rat infestations or deadbeat landlords. Though, the more I thought about it, the more willing I was to accept his offer. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. Even though Ren lived in the more luxurious parts of town, would he really mind if I crashed at such an expensive place? I know he's the one who's offering, but still. If this opportunity meant getting to know him better, maybe it'd be worth it? Snapping out of my thoughts, I look up from the glossy plastic and focus my attention back to Ren. Seriously though, it wouldn't hurt to keep it. And it's a spare keycard anyway, I can always get more. I already have a stack of them at home. They're really handy too, I can use them to lock up my office and bedroom without a physical key. But I always end up misplacing them all and... Sorry Yuri, am I rambling again? Well, I don't want you to worry or anything. And you never know what might happen. I've seen what's been on the news lately and I just want you to be safe. He wants me to be safe? Where have I heard that before? Well, I suppose so. Great then. He glances back at the plastic item in my hands with an expectant look, almost as if he were waiting for me to put it away. And when I carefully shove it into my pocket, Ren seems to visibly relax and lean back into his chair once more. And then that settles it. Come by whenever you want. You don't even need to call. Thanks. I think I'll still call him in advance, or even shoot a text. As lovely as Ren's welcoming hospitality was, I wouldn't want to disrupt or intrude in anything. As if picking up on my sudden silence, he clears his throat, gestures towards the food on the table, and scoops up a giant forkful. Anyways, we should finish this before it gets cold. Yeah, you're right. Deciding to ease the tension once more, I speak the first thing that comes to mind as I stab my fork into the container as well. Guys, let's get physical. Before I can stop myself, I reach out towards Ren's face and gently swipe away the crumbs from his cheek. My fingers brush against his bottom lip. Ooh, are you gonna lick the crumbs off your finger? Are we gonna make it like hella seductive? And I can't help the slight tinge of pink that blooms on my cheeks. Ren seems to be sporting a similar look of his own before he awkwardly clears his throat and goes back to eating. Thank you. The casual banter continues throughout dinner, and soon enough, all the containers were empty and our stomachs were full. I dimmed the lights and switched the TV on at some point to fill the silence between our conversations, and soon enough, Ren and I have find ourselves taking an interest in a movie that was currently playing. It was some unknown, sappy rom-com that came out almost a decade ago, yet Ren didn't seem to mind all that much. I wasn't following the plot too keenly, but from what I could gather, the male lead just confessed his love for the main character in the back of her truck. To top it all off, it started raining as some slow melodic love song came on the radio. The two characters were all too happy to share a sweet kiss with each other in that romantic moment, but the tenderness soon got cut short once the scene starts to travel down a more heated path. Oh, we're getting sexy. It's getting hot in here. The kisses become more passionate, and before I knew it, I'm watching the main character lean across the center console to sit in her lover's lap instead. Clearly, I wasn't expecting this to happen in what I falsely believed was a harmless rom-com, so I dared to glance in Ren's direction to gauge his reaction. Yet aside from the faint dusting of pink in his cheeks, the rest of him seemed all too relaxed. There's an arm casually thrown over the back of the couch while the rest of his body is slouched into the plushness of the seat. His lanky limbs are stretched out in front of him while his thighs are spread out slightly, and the empty space between his legs is beginning to look inviting for some reason. Yes! Yes, MC! Was it because of the movie? Before I can stop myself, I find myself wandering. Wait, what does, like, changing the channel do? Let's watch the movie. What was I thinking? Wait, no! Sit on his lap. Wait, no, okay, I low-key want to see. Wait, let's quickly see what will happen if, oh, wrong one. What? Oh, okay, so regardless. Okay, no, we're gonna continue watching the movie. No, girl, you're gonna do what we said you do. What was I thinking? This movie was clearly messing with my head. Suddenly, I slapped my cheeks and focused my attention back to the TV screen. But ever so often, my gaze flickers back to Ren to see if he was feeling just as awkward as I was throughout the scene. And it seems I was right. It's almost painful watching him awkwardly clear his throat a few times until his interest ultimately shifts towards my wall instead. I also feel the urge to look away once the couple starts to get even more handsy with each other, and when it starts becoming too much to bear, I impulsively change the channel. A monotone voice droning on about the weather fills the silence, and I feel the couch move as Ren shifts in his seat. That was, yeah. They're really going at it, huh? Okay, Ren. Jeez, I can't believe it's somehow even more awkward now. But just as I'm about to do something about it, Ren awkwardly clears his throat and moves to stand up. It's getting a bit late, isn't it? I should probably start heading home soon. Oh, are you sure? You can stay a bit longer. No, I really should go. Now that I think about it, you need to wake up early, don't you? Yeah, actually, but how did you know that? Oh, you seem like the early bird type. He doesn't seem to elaborate on that, as he never does, and instead starts to pack up his belongings and head towards the hallway. Deciding that was that, I walked Ren towards the front door with a soft smile on my face. Today had been a lot of fun thanks to him, and I was able to keep my mind off of the events that would ultimately transpire tomorrow. I was still unsure about Tio's intentions, but being with Ren helped me to understand that maybe it was wrong of me to judge others so quickly. At first I thought Ren was some shy guy with a stuttering problem, but over the course of literally 2 days, I've learned there's more to him than just that. He had his moments of confidence, and it was endearing watching him stand up for the things that he wanted. Perhaps I was a bit too harsh on Tio. Even he deserves a chance to redeem himself. I suppose I'll give him a chance to more— Yuri? Sorry? Crap, I really need to stop spacing out like that. I asked if you wanted me to lock the door for you. It suddenly hit me like a ton of bricks. I was still standing in the hallway while Ren was already waiting for me at the door. So I quickly rush over to him with a flushed expression. Sorry, I was just busy thinking I can lock it, thanks though. You do that a lot, it's cute. I almost roll my eyes at his words as I lean against the front door and watch Ren awkwardly shuffle on my doormat. Thanks for today, and I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. Not at all. Thanks for coming over. Get home safe, okay? Ren's eyes seemed to light up the moment I voiced my concern over him. Yeah, okay. I will. You too, or I mean, you're already home, and so go to bed safe, or sleep safe, sleep well? What am I can't help but chuckle at his panic state, and Ren seems to settle once he hears my laughter. Good night, Ren. Good night, Yuri. I'll see you tomorrow. Will we? The sound of the door shutting drowns out the ending of his sentence. Once I had noticed nothing else left to do for the night, I quickly changed into some comfy pajamas and brushed my teeth before settling into bed. The newest chapter for Always With You was going to drop in a few hours, and I figured I might as well stay up and read it before going to sleep. My eyes were starting to get droopy, and all my mind could think about was the double date I had planned with Leon, Tio, and Eleanor tomorrow. And I sure hope everything will be fine. But I know worrying about it wasn't going to do me any favors, so I let my pent-up stress out on my pillow by smacking it to make it less lumpy. Though the moment I unceremoniously flopped back down, I noticed the cold draft and the fact that my bedroom window was left wide open. Strange. I don't remember opening it earlier. With a groan, I get up from my bed and go to close it, but once I lock it shut, something moves from within the shadows and startles me. Squinting, I can barely make out the black mass moving through the gaps in the fire escape balcony. What was that? A person? It certainly wouldn't be strange for someone to take a cigarette break at this hour, but I can smell any telltale signs of smoke. Well, we all know who that is. The man, the myth, the legend, Ren. Maybe it was my landlord's cat out for a leisurely midnight walk? Stroll? The idea seemed more realistic in my mind. Yet despite my futile attempts at calming myself down... Oh my god, Val! I give you kisses! Thank you so much for popping by. Thank you, I appreciate you so much. You're amazing. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Much love right back at you. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. I didn't have a death wish, nor did I have the stupidity of those cliche horror film characters. But before I turn away, I double-checked to make sure that the window is locked shut and the blinds are fully closed. I wasn't about to risk it. Bye-bye. Bye, Val. Happy with the precautions put in place, I make a hasty dive towards the warmth and safety of my bed. Snuggled deep within my blankets, I find it harder and harder to think about someone breaking in, and even more so with keeping my eyes open. Before I knew it, pink-colored sheep slowly filled my mind as I drifted away. I'm assuming that's day 4. Alright, let's save. And we'll call it for today. It looks like it's a very long demo, this game, but definitely quit for today. I do enjoy the game. I'm really curious to see how this will continue. As I said, I want to see Ren in like his, like how he actually normally is. That is the Ren I want to see because I think that's probably like the most attractive Ren. You know? You feel me? But yeah, oh my god. Oh my god. That's that. That's that for 1.5 weeks. I hope you guys don't miss me too much. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot. Thank you guys so much for popping by. Like, honestly, really appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a wonderful time zone wherever you are. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, night. I will miss you guys. I will miss streaming. I always miss streaming. It feels odd, like whenever I'm taking like a small break. I know I'll definitely enjoy my vacation, but I also just like I'll miss this. For sure, for sure. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Val, for the sub. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Please check Val out. She's 10 out of 10. She's just a fab. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm back on the 21st. As I've mentioned, feel free to join the Discord. I am sometimes semi-active there. And on the 28th, I do plan to have a little Discord hangout sesh, so be sure to join for that. I will be posting my quote-unquote schedule, but I'm gone for this week. There is a schedule for the week after prepared as well because I am back to streaming on Friday. So we'll be streaming like the next week, Friday and Sunday. But till then, now take care. Bye bye. Bye. Ending a song. There we go. Bye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye.